I was waiting for someone to say something.
I said hello to you earlier.
We're all here.
Oh no, sorry.
Except Cryonide.
No, sorry. I was.
Shocker.
I was. Wow.
Well, you have a half of Cryo here today, so.
Go ahead, Unwither. What were you gonna say? All right, good talk.
The greatest of talks. I wish Nero was that silent when we talk about theories. Bro loves his Midnight Motorist 87 and his Dittophobia.
Don't give away my theory quite yet.
Bro,
Oh, no.
bro, I'm not giving away your theory. You literally have been doing Midnight Motorist 87 for like how long now?
The Dittophobia. Don't give it away quite yet.
I'm gonna give. I'm gonna say whatever I want because I disagree. Kind
Prepare
of.
for the horrors.
The horrors. Hello, Unwithered.
Prepare for
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? Nice to see you again.
Oh, no.
Likewise. How are we hanging?
Good. You sound like you're in a submarine.
Oh, do I? Oh, that's great. That's exactly what I wanted to get on. Let me see. My.
Oh no. So guys, I'm not gonna lie. Don't tell Unwithered this. When I saw his theory on when FNAF 1 takes place, oh my god. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad, but I disagree. Don't tell him that though.
How dare you?
I'm
Oh
telling
god,
Oh.
wait, I
Dare
forgot
you.
he's listening. Oh god.
you sound better. You sound way better.
I sound better? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, you
good.
sound better now.
All right. I think the Discord settings were all fucked up. How dare you disagree? You're done. You're done.
All right.
You're out.
Who are you
How
guys?
dare I possibly disagree with a FNAF theory?
Kick
Chat,
him. Kick him.
chat, a lot of the stream is gonna be
Hey,
because
you
UCN. There's barely anything happening in UCN, so I made this optimal layout.
Oh Christ!
Okay.
What have you
Fucking-
done?
No,
Here
it's
we
actually
go.
it actually looks pretty nice. I was kind of cooking. I went into Photoshop earlier and I made a cool
Dude,
little
when
layout.
you say
this
optimal, I
does look
expect
No,
dangerous
it's
things.
pretty
out of you.
optimal, dude. It's pretty optimal.
Oh, see,
Watch
that's
it
what I'm
be-
worried about.
Watch it be like the most hands-on like thing. He just drew a bunch of like boxes in
No,
like
I just
Microsoft Paint.
I used various free assets from pixabay.com.
Oh, beautiful.
Don't worry, I used the best of the cheapest and free equipment I could find.
Yep, that basically.
Just so everyone's aware, I did speed run listening to all the Stitch Rate stingers right before.
Oh, goody.
Before this,
I
this
didn't even do
morning.
that.
All
I
right.
didn't even do that.
Off rip.
I was-
What would you give it out of 10?
You know what? I give it like a solid like 7.5. I was engaged.
is
I liked
generous.
it. I think the end really threw me off. I think like I was on board with all the like Andrew Jake stuff, and then I just got
Andrew
real lost
left.
with the Eleanor stuff. Yeah, Andrew just like fucking
He
left.
just
Like,
left.
no, out of there. He was like, all right. Jake was like, all right, I'm gonna help this guy, and then just like threw him. I just imagined it like visually as him
He
like
tossed him
yeeting
into
him
the other
out of
world.
the story. Yeah, he was like, oh man, I love this story about my dad and I at a baseball game, and then just like yeeted him out of there.
I would have
No,
liked it so much more if Andrew stuck around. Without him, it just
That's
feels
what
kind
I've
of
heard
empty.
That's what I've heard like some criticism, especially like if anybody's familiar with Not Real Name, where they gave their their opinion sort of on like Andrew and Jake, and it's weird. It's so weird because then you have like Jake going basically through the end, just like kind of doing acts of good
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Yeah.
then he
Yeah.
does some stuff that feels like more Andrew because he like burns. Jake burns
Yeah,
like a message
I
into
quite like
somebody's
that.
head, and she's like, "That feels like something Andrew would maybe do." And I'm like, "That doesn't seem like a nice kid like Jake." And I'm like, "What the heck? Like, who just?" What is this like DC Batman burning into flesh?
Oh yeah. Also, we're live, right? We're
we're
fully
live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
we
can-
are
you can,
live.
Okay, sweet. Hey everyone.
Chad, give your thoughts on Stitch Rate Stingers. If you go higher than a 7, we're gonna have problems.
And it was
How many
you know
Andrews
what?
out of
I was
10?
on board. I know the stuff like Afton's like big crash monster thing was pretty silly, but I was kind of like, you know what, the way they write it, the way they describe it, because I'd heard obviously all the details and all the stuff that happens in it, but I think actually listening to it, because I listened to the audiobooks, listening to it was better than just hearing it, firsthand. I think anyone that hasn't actually, listened to it properly or read it properly, I think it changes the perception I had of the whole thing, having actually read them. All of what we're gonna say tonight is gonna change tomorrow, I'm sure, because Return to the Pit comes out tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait until I read Return to the Pit and it just screws everything up.
I'm so excited.
Honestly, just for the
I've
links
already
alone,
read it.
I am so already just upset.
Yeah.
Because look, let me just get this out of the way. Happiest Day, no matter what you say, conceptually and story-wise, should be for Bite Victim. And if it's not,
Oh yeah.
it
Oh,
is
no.
so
For sure it should be.
Oh no.
stupid.
Okay,
It is
I've
so
avoided.
stupid.
Okay, I've avoided the leaks, but that worries me.
I've seen a few leaks.
Okay.
Andrew
actually,
Receiver.
I'm not gonna
Andrew
lie,
Receiver. Yes.
That's
Receiver, what? No way.
if it's Andrew Receiver, that just makes it confusing more than anything.
Oh my god.
If it's Andrew
there's two
Receiver, then
Andrews in the
everything we've
timeline.
ever known about that
Look,
character is a lie.
My thing about this is like Happiest Day should be about moving on. So for just things to, and I get it, the story continued with FNAF 6, but I'm like, there is certain things there that make sense for certain things to happen. Like, yeah, parts of the characters or whatever. I'm like, Bite Victim. Let him
You
go.
know what?
He doesn't do anything else.
It's the end.
It's like,
You know what I will say? I was, while I was listening to this great stuff, because Andrew moves on, pulls into his memory. So I was like, oh, that kind of sounds like Cassidy Receiver. That like she's having a happy memory of her birthday, but she's like maybe pulling Bite Victim into it. But that sounds so weird because the Happiest Day thing is like a reversal of the Bite Victim's Fredbear experience. So I don't know. Anyway, I know it's a whole new discussion. We could do a whole stream on that.
but
like next.
we could just do a whole.
I
Infinite
really
like
think
infinite
that
content. Infinite content.
Happiest Day and then true comboing that into FNAF
True
World.
combo.
That just tells me.
Man,
that just
FNAF
Crying Child's
World.
gone, dude.
Oh, don't get me started. Yeah, it's like the pieces are in place for like you. We'll help
Yeah.
him move on.
There's a whole-
oh
there's
yeah,
a-
let's do
there's a-
all the FNAF 3 things, and we'll do like all of that because it's after 4 and it's got all the FNAF characters 1 through 4.
Oh, man.
Huh?
I've got a
it sounds
whole-
like the original story with Bite Victim. Nah,
Curious.
it's just for this random girl named Cassidy, and then she's just gonna torture William anyway. Like,
Yeah.
See, but then if Andrew's a thing, then that's even more random, because then we just got this 5th NCI victim who's just completely not relevant at all. That's why I've never been a fan of the Andrew thing. Like having read it now, I'm like more and I'm more interested in the Stitch Ray Singers being potentially canon, but it seems like Return to the Pit's going to just completely throw that out. But regardless, I think the
Chat,
whole
ignore what I'm doing. I'm optimizing the layout.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah, I've got it open on another
That's a
tab. I'm
fair
like,
thing.
what the
Because-
fuck? I'm like, hey, yo, hang on.
I've been on a train recently, similar to you, where it's like, I for a long time had problems with frights. Tails, I was always like,
Yeah.
okay, it's 50-50, depending what they go on.
Yeah.
But Tails doesn't really contradict anything. It's really just a pizzaplex in the past, and stuff gets taken down, all
Yeah.
that stuff. It's like an easy answer. Like, certain little things could be like
Yeah,
errors,
yeah.
where it's like, writing errors are one of the most crutch things, where it's like, I hate it because people just have no proof. Scott has said and shown proof of that. If a book has an error, like the novelization of Like Doug, he will tell us an error. But it's like, I'm just like, coming home, Susie's hair, Susie's eyes, Susie's different way of outfit and death. I'm like, that how you were saying, how is that an error? That's so blatantly contrasting from the games. And then here's the thing, it's not part of Stitch Line also. So it's like, I was really kind of like, frights, I just need something more. But I've been having the mentality for the last couple weeks, like, okay, I guess maybe, okay, Stitch Line, it seems like it might be I'll treat it as such, and I'll try to find connections to timelines. Then Return to the Pit happens, and it's 5 kids, and I'm like, oh my god, what? I should have.
Oh man,
when I saw stand my ground.
Okay, full spoilers for anyone in the chat who has not seen any leaks from Into the Pit, which fair play if you have not. But having seen the little bit of the leak about 5 kids in a, what was it, like a parts room or like a back room or something like that, I was like, bro, I fucking called it. It's so this is like game line version of Into the Pit, because all the other ones, they die in a party room, whereas in the games we're pretty sure they die in the safe room. So this sounds more like safe room stuff.
It's here's the question. Here's the thing. And I just want to get this really clear, because this is one of the things I'm the most scared of in the community, where I want my videos in the future, my future videos, to be trying to help clarify a lot of things, and because I feel like even some of the biggest of YouTubers, the FNAF tubers, are forgetting certain things or can't do certain things like that. But I'm like, because here's the major issue I have right now. We have 3 versions of Into the Pit, and we don't know if even any of them are connected to the games directly in the same timeline. That is a major problem. We
Just
have
wait for the TV
story.
miniseries, dude.
Yeah, I know. Okay, like, here's the thing.
You know what the worst part is?
Wait for
I
the
think
smart
Mr.
fridge port.
I feel like
Smart
a Mr.
fridge.
Fright series,
The board game.
like an animated series, would be really good. Even Tales, like, well, if they could do that, like, it's
The annoying thing about Into the Pit and the direction that they might take is that if you try hard enough with the whole loop theory thing, you could make every single version of Into the Pit work at the same time.
That's my thing with that's my thing with the loop theory. Is I'm like,
I read
Into the Pit. Yeah, it's the same thing as dream theory to me, because it's like, yeah, it makes sense, but it's like, yeah, of course it makes sense, because the whole thing is predicated on the fact that, like, there's no details that will hint to it. You know, it's like,
it makes sense because it removes the necessity for it to make sense.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So it's like, if it's loop theory, who gives a damn about it then?
Yeah, it's weird, because there's the thing that's lacking from the game, which is at one point Oswald like needs tokens for a game, and he just like thinks about tokens, and then suddenly he has
he's
them.
just like,
and it's like, oh, okay, so
it's like he
It's like
finds them
fucking
all in
Harry
his pockets,
Potter
and
in the
then
Mirror
it's
of
like, I
Erised.
had these tokens, I just know.
yeah. but then in the Stitch Rate Stingers also, Larson just like can go to the Into the Pit restaurant, like in the ball pit, and like sees people being like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? He's so smelly, you know, like that happens. So it's showing, the Into the Pit pizzeria in the past is absolutely a dream or whatever, but it's also weird because then it's like, whose memories is it made up of? Because there's the Eleanor stuff, and then they keep mentioning all these like teenagers who went missing when they met Eleanor, and I'm like, are they the kids in the Into the Pit? It's hard to pin down, I think. But anyway, that's nothing to do with
So
Ultimate Custom Night.
I want to mention one more thing, because there's a good point by
And then we'll get
someone in the
started.
chat, Mod Madness 555. Return to the Pit is part of a canon book series, and that is very true. You have VIP, which doesn't really contradict anything in the games. You have the week before, which is pretty much obviously in the games, and then you have another the book after Return to the Pit. It's gonna have like featuring Cassie, a character from the games exclusively, and has like Monty like broken. So Return to the Pit, if we just take like Occam's Razor, it would be. And the thing is, people are gonna say, oh, Into the Pit, the game is canon because it's in the games, it's in the game continuity because it's a game. Here's the thing, people back in the day were arguing constantly, and here's the thing, people don't get the right to say that. You know why? Because everybody before was arguing that FNAF world wasn't canon, and guess what, it was always canon, and now it fully is. So people don't get the right to say that kind of stuff. And the thing is, it's like, it just or don't get me, like, it's a really cool looking game, but it's like, don't get me, the amount of backflips you have to add that thing with, like, you have references to the movie, to the novels, you have like GGY referenced in that just gives my brain is just like, how does this game work? I just treat it as 10-year anniversary game, and that's it, because it's so weird to get that into the game's timeline no matter what. So it's
Yeah.
like I say it's the original story or Return to the Pit. And honestly, I'm thinking it's more likely Return to the Pit, as like, okay, maybe if Scott has seen all this discourse, this backlash, what people think, he wants to maybe make it a little different now. But I don't know, I'm not Scott Cawthon.
That's what I'm thinking. That's like when I saw the leak with the party room stuff, I was like, this is the most clear, like this is in the game's canon. You know, because if they had just kept it the same, you know, you could make the same arguments that you could make about the other versions of it. But the fact that the party room has changed, the 5 kids has changed. I know Cassidy obviously has a bigger role in this one. I don't know what it is, but this seems more like, okay, I like this story. I want it to be canon, but the previous versions aren't. Which was just purely my take of it. You know, I could be completely wrong. I could read it tomorrow and just not.
Yeah,
you
to
know,
be
completely
clear, these
incorrect
are
about it.
still all leaks. Like, we've had
Yeah,
certain
exactly,
things
that's
in
why,
recent
yeah,
history,
yeah.
we've had certain official things come out and were apparently from actual sources in Scott, and then obviously that wasn't the case.
Yeah, you guys
So,
remember the
for all we know, this could be.
Talbot
I believe these are real.
You mean the
but-
greatest?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I didn't want to say I didn't want to say anything.
No, it
and I
needs
don't
to
wanna
be
belabor
said.
history.
Man, it was so funny listening to the audiobooks of being like, Talbot is real. Like I knew about him already, but it was just so funny.
I also want to
hearing
say
his-
this,
hearing his
like
name.
as a final note on Return to the Pit before we get started
Before we
on
get into
Ultimate
it.
Custom Night. I wanna let this be known right now. When the week before was leaking, and like before we had the story in our hands, there were people on Twitter that were leaking it, trying to tell us that Cassidy was an adult woman, and that was confirmation
that.
she's the vengeful spirit.
Yeah.
And if
yeah,
you've read
that's
that, and if
exactly
you've
why I
read
wanted
that
to
book,
avoid it.
you know damn well nothing in that story suggests that.
No.
Yeah,
Not
that's
a
why I
single
avoided the leaks, because I was like, this could be.
They're
It could even be a
unreliable.
different version. Like I don't know what versions have leaked or what haven't. So it's like, I'm gonna really officially.
I'm gonna wait
and then
till
we
I
can go,
read it.
This is
I'm
that.
gonna wait till I read it myself because I don't trust any of these people. All right,
Yeah, exactly.
Ultimate Custom
Anyway.
Night.
Ultimate Custom Night. Here
Let's
we
go
go.
to William Afton's Purgatory.
Now,
Let's go to hell, guys.
Speaking of the week before, I already found something.
Oh goody.
Oh, great.
Do you remember the theory that Dave from the week before is William Afton?
Yes.
Mhm.
And would you guys?
Oh yeah.
Would you guys say that? Pretty sure Ultimate Custom Night we play as William Afton. Yeah, that seems like that's been hammered in.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
like
If it's
95% of it, yes.
Ultimate
Here's
Custom
the
Night.
thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say like, it has to be William Afton. Here's the thing. In all theories, there's only been one other person, and it's Michael. I can firmly debunk it's not Michael. I have enough evidence to say yeah, it's clearly William Afton. If not him, we have literally no one else. So it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
In Ultimate Custom Night, there are a series of challenges that all have different characters in them. And we're playing
I was
as
looking at these the other day.
we're playing as William Afton in this game, right?
Mhm.
Yup.
In the challenge, Old Friends,
Yeah, this is what I was looking at.
Phone Guy.
Here we go.
Phone Guy is in the Old Friends challenge.
Ooh.
That
And yeah,
That is
This
interesting.
is such a weird one.
He is
Yeah.
also
I was
looking at this challenge
He is
the other
also
day.
in Old Friends though.
who else is in the?
Well, remember,
Let's see,
Springtrap, he
Freddy-
thinks of as a
This
separate
also
identity.
implies that one of William Afton's old friends is William Afton.
Well, he does think of it as
See,
as a
this
separate
is the
identity.
weird thing.
Freddy,
I
Bonnie,
get
Chica,
it.
Foxy, Toy animatronics. Yeah, that makes sense. He was in FNAF 2.
Toys
Springtrap.
original.
Springtrap's
yeah.
a little weird because that's him, but
Yeah.
I guess separate identity because
Yeah,
that happens in
it's an
like
alter
he
ego.
calls himself
Yeah.
Springtrap. So yeah,
Dude,
so
he
to
has
say
enough of an ego to call himself his own friend.
That's sad. I'm sorry, but that's just sad. Well, let's be honest. It's William Afton. I doubt he has very little friends. All he has is Henry, who's his old friend.
He's got Balloon
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine
See, this is the
canonically,
thing.
Balloon Boy existed just for William's. Like, you're my friend, right, little guy?
Everything
Yeah,
on
well,
here
I mean,
makes
he's
sense.
The only,
except
he's the only canon
Mangle
FNAF
and-
4
Oh, no.
DLC character.
Just
Oh,
in
see-
the week before, because I'm in the middle of it. I know about some of that stuff where it's like the Dave and like the character, like the technician. Is there anywhere in the book that he talks or like does anything with Dave?
Yeah. They have a phone call on night 6.
Okay.
Spoiler,
Spoiler,
also a phone call on, like,
there's
night
more than
2
5
or
nights of
3
Freddy.
or something.
That can't be.
It's never been actually Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's never been
Yeah.
5 minutes. It isn't Into the Pit, unless it's a loop, in which case there's like thousands of nights, but we don't talk about that.
It's the thing. I think it's. I was gonna say FNAF 3. No, that's 6 nights.
No,
so
that's
it's
also
literally. It should literally only be
It's
6
sister
nights.
location. Sister location.
right,
if you don't
right,
count custom.
Right. So it's borderline 5 nights. It's 5 nights at least at Freddy's.
Well, yeah, but that's the problem. Sister location isn't at Freddy's.
no. Well, yeah. So like,
It's 5
I
nights at
personally
Circus
call-
Babies.
I love calling personally in my head like security breach 1 night at the Pizzaplex because it's not
Yes, it
5 nights
is.
at Freddy's. It's
No.
the most misleading title
Literally
ever.
One night. Yeah, exactly.
Ruin Davis
unless
Night
you-
2. Where's the rest of the DLC?
This just to go back to the old friends thing, that whole list is weird because originally I was looking at it, I was like, oh, it's like the first 3 games, like the main animatronics in the games, and it's like, so you've got the classics, the toys, Mangle, Balloon Boy, and Circus Baby and Springtrap.
Nothing
I don't
from
know if I'm missing
4.
anyone.
God.
I
But
think that's
then it's like, what about the Wither? Yeah, nothing from 4, nothing like other than Circus Baby from Sister Location.
Only
I was looking at these
Springtrap
lists.
3.
Yeah, I was looking at these other lists. I was looking at these lists the other night, and I was like, how much lore can we take from them? Because some of them are like the Freddy's or the Fazbear Circus or whatever it's called has like Foxy in it, and it's like, is that showing us that Foxy is like a precursor to, you know, like, is he an older animatronic than Bonnie or whatever? And I'm going, some of them were definitely made with the mind of like this being a challenge mode, you know, like, oh, this has to be a difficult enough challenge, and it can't just be like Freddy and Toy Freddy and Withered Freddy, you know, like, or I know Withered Freddy's not in the game, but you know, how much of it is lore and how much of it is meta and how much of it is gameplay.
Yeah,
You know,
I was gonna say the
difficult.
same thing. Like, how much of it is Scott being okay? This could impact. This could like hint at lore, and how much of this is a challenge based on like the title, like Bears Attacks. It's all the bears, you know.
I'm gonna
I
share.
think that's a constant
I'm
balance,
sharing the
yes.
Chrome window so you guys in Discord can watch the voice lines like live and not have to wait 20 seconds.
Okay, thank
God,
God.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
thank
voice lines
God.
are insane.
This has been a
Yeah.
pain in the ass every time we stream together. Thank
It's
God.
okay. I've learned. I'm adapting.
Imagine if we didn't have these saved and we just had to like wait for like TD to like constantly die and just hope we get different voice lines and use.
Oh, I'm not playing this
Oh, God.
shit ass game.
Yeah,
I
no.
would have done it. I would have done it.
All right, are we
I'm
ready?
about it.
Are we ready?
UCN is mid.
Shall
I'm
we
ready.
begin?
I'm ready.
All right. Can you see the YouTube window?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we're good.
we're good.
All right, begin.
Never underestimate the cunning of a pirate. Or a fox, for that matter.
I don't think that one means anything.
I don't think
So-
so.
And, yeah.
Only classic
I
to have
did-
a voice, by the way.
I posted an impression of myself as Foxy, and I think I did all right.
Nice, man. That's totally
That's the
sweet.
lore relevance.
Yeah, that's the lore. That's my lore. That's my lore.
Replace the VA. I heard he's weird.
Is that
Well,
okay?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I call myself a weirdo IRL, so
Shit.
Begin.
Heyo.
I wear that with little
Arr,
pride.
you never stood a chance. Arr, I came for ye booty. That beat.
I really hope the coming one doesn't mean
I
anything.
can't run
Pause.
like I used to,
Pause.
but I can pull myself apart just fine. Arr, so much more spacious in here.
So I don't think
I
his
may
mean
stay a
anything.
while.
Yeah, it's more
I
just
don't. It doesn't
Foxy.
feel like it.
Why
God,
does he
Toy
sound
Freddy.
like this?
William,
Andrew?
William hung a DCI kid. Oh,
Andrew with DC.
he hung the DCI.
Lefty hanging lefty.
Oh, that's what you get for
He
leaving
hung
me hanging.
lefty.
I also did a voice. I also did a voice impression. I did a few voice impressions for some of these characters. I also did Toy Freddy too. Two opposites
Can we
of the
listen to the
spectrum.
impressions instead of the official? Can we pull those up?
Oh,
Dude, that'd
no.
be the greatest April Fool's video ever.
Oh,
Hey, it's April Fool's. Here's a mod pack I dubbed over every
I dubbed
ECN
over- oh my
animatronic.
God.
fat plastic fingers and can't press with buttons. Mr. Hub,
I feel you
got
there.
me again. If I get jump scared, you get jump scared.
You won't get tired of
Oh God, Toy Chica. Oh.
No.
So
Good.
is that,
So much.
okay, wait. So pause here.
Okay.
Oh,
So this
no.
is one of
Gotta
those
be this
interesting lines from like, her beak is lodged in someone's forehead. Bite of 87?
No.
I
I'm so.
hope not.
With the week, with the
I'm
week
86
before,
in that one
it's
right
seeming
now.
less and less
No.
likely for that to be a potential. Like, as much as I find it weird, the idea that Withered Foxy did the Bite of 87 and then they scrapped the toys, it seems to be what it's implying with that book. That Withered Foxy did it. Or
Yeah.
Foxy did it, at least.
Yeah.
I think they were
Like-
just trying to be funny with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I think the
like,
reason that the toys were scrapped was because they just wanted to pretend FNAF 2 didn't happen. Which
Scott was
honestly,
like,
man,
honestly-
which, for
honestly,
what it's
so-
worth, Fazbear, I try to do that every day of my goddamn life.
honestly, so much of FNAF 2 either just is so ridiculously like complex for no reason, or it's like brushed away. Like we always go back to the MCI. It's like, where the heck is the DCI? Where are these other kids? Not important.
They're in Lefty.
I know where the DCI is.
Yeah.
All roads lead
All
there.
roads lead to Lefty.
Lodged in your forehead, of course. You won't get tired of my voice.
FNAF World reference.
Will you?
Oh yeah, we're
Let's
referencing
go
FNAF World.
somewhere more
Bro,
We'll
what was
talk
Scott
about
doing?
FNAF World later. I've got a theory
Okay,
about FNAF World.
this
and how
is
it ties
very
to this
sus.
thing.
I have a
Yeah,
theory of FNAF World too.
Yeah, Scott, what were you cooking with this?
Don't be afraid. Soon you will look just like me. Beautiful.
To be beautiful reference.
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah, but that doesn't even. I mean,
I have
it
a
is.
mangle theory.
It looks like a pile of garbage, kinda. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
She's just like Eleanor, a pile of trash.
and it's moving in FNAF 2. Save them. Da-da-da-da. What is with this? Take apart and
Yeah.
put back together. Like 12
That's what they did
characters.
for
because she is or they are pulled apart and put back
Yeah,
together.
but like 12
like,
characters say that. 12
yeah,
characters say
yeah.
this shit.
That's a
Well,
lot.
William
FNAF
did that to
I actually-
a lot of animatronics. You
I mean,
you
yeah,
he
follow
did.
me.
I mean, yeah, like he says, I'll put you back together like twice at least, Elizabeth and Crying Child, and then we have like we know he takes apart more or less the classics.
Yeah, he
and
does that
Mangle
to
is a
Follow
put back
Me.
together like attraction thing.
The toys are all taken apart in a way,
Yeah.
not by him directly, but like they
I
all
have
get
a
torn
weird
up.
theory about Mangle being put back together, which I'm kind of working on for a FNAF 4 video. But it's interesting that Mangle is the first character that we get the phrase like take apart, put together. Now I think this is more a reference to the FNAF 2 line where FNAF
Oh, what the fuck?
Interesting.
I have my own small.
Cryonide! Oh, no!
Oh, they're mixing this.
No!
Why?
It's even like the same color, and it's also black.
No!
No!
It's,
Oh,
okay,
no.
okay, no shot. Is that like smoking gun right there? Even red cheeks, even the red accents. Like, is this
Oh,
smoking gun
fuck
saying?
But every toy
God,
has the red
And
cheeks.
Is Lefty DCI the
Fuck
true?
you, Scott.
Oh wait, yo.
There's no way, right?
God, I have to double down on it again.
Cryonide, I have seen Lefty so many times. This render, I've been looking at this fucking render for like 8 hours
Can
over
we
the last
skip-
2
Can we
days.
like skip past Lefty when we get there eventually, bro?
Bro,
Lefty
it's so
Susie's
weird.
dog.
The
confirmed.
rock stars, I like the rock stars, and I think they have more importance. I didn't think of Lefty that much because, like, yeah, Lefty has the puppet. We know it's lore. This is, oh my god.
Oh,
The reason I like Lefty DCI so much is because it changes everything without actually changing anything that matters. Like it doesn't get in the
It
way.
just
of
gives
anything.
somewhere for the DCI to
It
go.
doesn't. It doesn't affect anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like,
like, it doesn't
it's
mess
like
with anything.
it's like an additional attachment
Yeah.
to FNAF 6, really.
alright, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
We'll deal with that.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if I can unforget. I don't know if I can forget that.
Put back together. You won't feel a thing. I want to wait until just the right moment to drop in.
It's the jump scare for that too.
Spider-Man.
Yep. Hanging out.
Wait, second toy's talking about hanging.
Wait, yeah,
Uh,
no. Oh, wait a minute.
Another toy animatronic.
Oh, no.
Wait,
Wait.
that is
Wait
a
a
second
minute.
toy talking
Wait.
about hanging.
Oh my god.
Well, we'll get to that. Wait. Oh no. It's because of that teaser where people thought Mango was hanging or
Yeah,
something.
Hangle,
yeah.
Hangle,
Yeah.
as we call
Oh
it.
yeah. Angle. Okay, this next line I've got a something interesting about.
All right, spit.
Mango has a lot
Okay,
of. It's
so-
very interesting how in
Hold on,
the
hold on, hold
roster,
on.
just like left to right.
Let him cook.
Okay, so are you guys familiar with the FNAF 2 files?
Unfortunately.
A little bit.
He
In
was
FNAF
here.
2,
He was here.
Mangles, he was here.
Yeah.
Now, this mightn't be something about UCN, but what if this is trying to tell us that in FNAF 2, he was here wasn't referring to Purple Guy?
Oh. Do you know
but
the
was
only other?
potentially referring
Oh.
to Golden Freddy?
The only other animatronic that's moving in Save Them is Golden
yeah,
Freddy.
and he
yeah.
can appear in Mangle's room.
Really?
Mm,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know Andrew was around for that long.
That
That's
would
great.
fix this very well because he's the one you should have not killed, Golden Freddy. So that works.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. That's just something interesting I noticed.
He was here.
I don't know if it's at all relevant, but it's just something interesting I noticed that he's here
That's
and
good.
he was
That's
here
good.
is something that I saw Mangle related to. And I was like, because I'm trying to think of why each animatronic that is chosen for the one you shouldn't have killed or like awareness of them, what that could be about. And I was just like, oh, it's an interesting line. He was here and Mangle says he's here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, similar
That is
phrasing,
pretty cool.
not necessarily concrete, but it's an interesting connection. Oh no, Withered Chica.
God damn you, Withered Chica.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Withered Chica's in FNAF 2 as well.
Oh, here
And
we
Save
go.
Them. Yeah.
Yeah, this line.
Yeah.
Alright, so
So,
what did she mean by this exactly?
So I have two ideas. One is that she was the first killed by William in the MCI, and the second is that maybe she was the first to like come to life through like not happiest day,
The stuffing.
Yeah.
I've heard that she's the first character that they designed.
I've
That
heard
can make
a
sense.
lot of options. I've heard people make good arguments as well that it doesn't make sense she'd be saying it to William because like he would know. You know, like why wouldn't he know that? But regardless of who we think he killed first, it's like, okay, well, did David or the crying child die first? Or how does this, like, I was the first what? You know, like,
Yeah, like
what,
first
killed,
victim,
first
first
killed for a
to
reason, first of the MCI experiments. It's and it's like, is it Withered Chica talking or Susie?
Yeah, it could be so many things in reality. That's the thing. It's like it's so non-specific. I was the first, but then we have to think. I have seen everything.
Yeah, Susie would not. Yeah, Susie would not have seen everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's also this interesting thing with the it's with the Help Wanted 2 graves. I know I'm going around in a lot of different directions, but I was looking at the Help Wanted 2 graves and seeing like what that possibly could mean, why Charlie might be last.
Mm-hmm.
The Help Wanted 2 graves might actually relate to Happiest Day because Freddy can relate to anywhere. You can get his game. You can like get the Freddy spirit into Happiest Day at any time. But Chica is always the first that you can get into Happiest Day, regardless of what order you take. Like you can do Freddy first, but Chica will always be the first of the spirits in terms of the mini games you have to play to get her to show up at Happiest Day.
So, to my understanding, since the game directly like hints you at what to do, if you follow the hints that the game gives you, then you'll always get Freddy first.
That's fair, but the thing is, you can
so
also
in
get
my
Freddy on
mind-
any night.
Yeah, you technically you can, but I would say that the canon order is the one that the game is pushing you in. You could break,
That's fair.
you could like break the game and like get it there, but I don't know. In my mind, the canon order is the one the game's trying to push on you, and that has. It's almost the Help Wanted 2 order because it's just Freddy that's out of place.
Yeah, I think you
Freddy's
can put
supposed to
Freddy in
be-
a play like it goes Chica, Foxy, Bunny, or Freddy, Golden Freddy, Puppet, or whatever in the Help Wanted 2, and you can
Help
get
Wanted
that
2,
order
the
with
or-
Happiest Day.
The order for Help Wanted 2 is Chica, Foxy, Freddy, Bonnie, Golden Freddy, Puppet.
Yeah,
And
that
the
is one of the
order
possibilities of Happiest
spirits-
Day.
The order of the spirits in Happiest Day, Chica, Foxy, and Bonnie are always like it's always in that order.
Mhm.
Freddy can go in
Yeah.
any order from there.
Yep.
Golden Freddy's the last one to put on the mask, and Puppet's the last mask to fall. So you
Hmm.
could make it work.
Yeah,
But-
I was actually gonna say that too, where it's like, having the puppet always be last makes sense with Happiest Day since it's the one mask that falls the slowest and the last, and then
Yeah.
we know Charlie as the puppet also still goes on. The encyclopedia does talk about that, where it's like, where basically it's like, even though she did Happiest Day, there are still more souls trapped in metal prisons. That's why she's in FNAF 6.
Yeah, and like Henry directly talks about her, like directly like speaks to her in that ending. So like she's still there no matter what. Which I have things to say in regards to that.
I will say, Withered Chica talks as Withered Chica. There are only, I think, 3 or 4 characters in the entire game that do not talk as the animatronic.
Yeah.
So she says, like, let me show you how to break your... That's referring to her appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them that talks like it's a spirit, I don't want to talk about. No, I'm not. I'm not referring to Lefty. There's another one that I really do not like the way that they speak, but we'll get to them soon.
We'll get there.
Okay.
I don't even know who it is, but I don't want to.
I feel like
Yeah, again, that's more Withered Chica than Susie.
So I think that's
Yeah,
it. 'Cause they were,
okay, hold on, wait.
Susan
that's
saved them
another.
as well.
That's another FNAF 2 animatronic. Yeah, who has?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
seen
and they're right
one.
next to each other. They're right next to each other on the roster as well.
So that now, okay, wait. I don't know if all of the other one you shouldn't have killed lines reference actually seeing him. So I guess we'll have to say.
Yeah.
But that would be really interesting.
I've
Okay, let's keep
seen
going.
him. Right. Good one.
Again, yeah, Withered Bonnie is like.
Oh yeah, this
basic
is one.
voice.
Oh, this is one of them that talks as himself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Withered Bonnie's underrated, honestly. The voice effect and the acting is
He's
so
so cool.
good.
Yeah.
That's the second one. You're destined to fail.
Mm,
Who was the first one?
Foxy, I believe.
Oh,
yeah. Here we go.
Oh god.
What the fuck?
So is that Jeremy in there? I don't even know.
It like this feels like it's screaming, "Hey, Jeremy's in there."
So obviously obviously it's based on like UCN, you know, it's William's prison.
Yeah, of
it's
course.
his
Yeah.
like eternal suffering. It's the thing where I've heard certain arguments. So here's a theory from one of my friends who I disagreed with. He thinks that all the animatronics are from the perspective of Cassidy in some way, and I honestly just don't like that. But it's weird because certain of the characters almost feel like it's like dumb, like the spirits. So it's like, is this just a reference from Cassidy knowing a lot of this and William? Because I actually didn't make a chart on like how many characters would William or the one you should have not killed like have seen. All of the characters you just really can't account for, no matter what I could think
Yeah.
of. So
I mean, because Michael's the only one who ever sees Ennard.
That's what I mean. I was gonna rip that out of the gate. Ennard is in the game.
yeah, unless you're like, oh, Afton saw Molten Freddy, so it'll probably process, but that's
No.
so
Or it's
weird.
based on
That's so different.
or it's based on how many the Vengeful Spirit has seen.
Yeah, but how many is the Vengeful Spirits in at that point?
There was something else that I was talking about on my stream yesterday where in the Pizza Sim Fire, you would have DCI and Lefty, you would have MCI and Molten Freddy, you would have William, Elizabeth, Michael, and Henry. If their agony were to have stuck around and the Vengeful Spirit was there, the Vengeful Spirit could have just used the agony from everyone to torment William.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
And that would explain why there's some animatronics that don't quite make sense.
If
Because
that's the
it's
case,
from
then that
other
does
people.
explain, I believe, every animatronic.
Let me see.
Well, there's the whole question of like of the actual one you should not have killed in terms of like where they come from and how they're attached to William, because there's stuff like later on, like, oh, greetings from the fire, no matter how many times they burn us, and it's like, well, why, like, as far as we're aware, Golden Freddy isn't in Pizzeria Sim, but could be, I suppose, if they were attached to Afton or Molten Freddy, but it's not made clear necessarily that they're a part of that.
Yeah, it's so I real quick, I posted an image in the main chat. This is so yellow represents Golden Freddy, purple is Afton, and the blue is basically based on like anything I could like kind of think of, like theorize. Like you see a lot of FNAF 6 characters, like, oh, some of them are in FNAF 6, and technically you have Afton hiding in Nedbear, so maybe he sees the pizzeria to some extent. Like, but then again, it's like a lot of them, it's kind of like, I don't know.
Well, did the salvaged animatronics ever see the pizzeria? Because I thought that was because Henry kind of says, "Oh, you'll never," it sounds and sights and smells that you'll never actually reach.
They only would have seen the outside in the vents.
Yeah, that's why it's so loose. Where it's like a lot of characters, Afton or the Vengeful Spirit, probably wouldn't have seen. So I think it's more just like spiritual, don't think about it for the game.
Yeah, I think they also have stuff in different media that the spirits and generally just people in FNAF can get like information they don't know. Like Ralph in the week before get like Susie's name out of nowhere. He doesn't know about Susie at all, but he just suddenly. I guess it's just ghost stuff. I think maybe it's Scott trying to like re-inject some like spooky ghost lore that you can just kind of know anything. Or you can just get, information that's relevant. So, with Golden Freddy especially, if they are the one you should not have killed, the fact that they are such a ghostly presence and can like teleport and make people see things in their brain, they kind of have this like extra sensory awareness, I think, of the whole world. They can like know anything that they need to know for the current moment. So, if they're Yendo, for example, I could imagine that they would be aware of what Ennard looked like and what Ennard was.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Like, I was just thinking Yendo. Could that be? Maybe. Yendo is so weird, honestly.
I feel like Yendo's just Golden Freddy in a different form, in the way that, like, Golden Freddy can look like a Withered, or can look like a classic, or can look like a, look like a fun time.
Yeah, that's actually.
I'm gonna need to get us back on track. We got a lot of these to get through.
Yeah, totally.
We have a lot to get.
I'm just looking at the line. I'm just like casual roasting of Afton. I may be missing my face, but even I could see this coming.
All right.
Damn.
So this line was about to happen. This is very important. Well, that's the wrong subtitle.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
Music to me.
We'll get to that later.
I don't hate you, but you need to stay out of my way.
So that is not talking to William, because why would she say that to a child serial killer? I think she's talking to Cassidy.
I think so too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I have the idea where it's like, it's a very loose one where it's like Charlie was so young and so innocent as a child, and it's like, to me, could this maybe be like William did have a reason to kill? Maybe bite victim? I don't know. And it's like, I don't hate you because you had a reason. Like, you killed me out of like anger.
That's quite accommodating.
I'm not with that.
Look, I'm just giving you. I'm spitballing here. It's like I'm a little.
I could see it.
So here's my thought process for this. I think, and this is fucked up. The only character that this line makes sense being spoken toward is Michael, because why would you say this to Cassidy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
because she's trying to release the spirits and Cassidy's holding them all here.
Well, no. I feel like if there's any spirit that she's trying to release, it is Cassidy, though. Because Cassidy's always been the one that she couldn't get.
Also, the I don't hate you thing, keep in mind that Golden Freddy in Give Life is the only one the puppet doesn't help.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because and that's what I think is happening. Like, the puppet could never help that spirit. So this is what that is. This is the final attempt at rescuing Cassidy.
I could see it as a way of, because sometimes, in media, characters forgive people as like a sign of virtue and of being a good person.
Someone
like,
says she has no
I don't
enemies.
hate you, meaning, meaning like, she's forgiving, not like for his actions, but like, I don't hold any active resentment towards you because it's not healthy or not like moral, in a sense. I don't know. It feels so weird though for of all people, Charlie to not have any sort of resentment toward William, unless we're going for the idea that like, oh, she's beyond hatred at this point. Like she's as good enough of a character to move beyond the idea of hating William and just, she's just focused on like helping the other kids rather than hating William the way Cassidy is hating William. Like if Cassidy's hating William, the puppet's the opposite of that. She's more focused on the positive rather than the negative. But again, it feels weird.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to kind of do with mines, but it's like, it's like, I just went with the idea like, okay, if something caused William to kill her, then it's like, okay, I don't hate you because it wasn't anything personal, but you need to stay out of my way because I'm trying to undo a lot of your messed up actions. It's the thing where it's like, we just don't know a lot about Charlie in the games too. It's just like, we don't have her personality really.
We really don't.
All we have is novels, and that's like Robot.
Technically, we don't even have her name in the games.
I recognize you.
The name comes from the book.
I'm not afraid of you. Not anymore.
So that obviously that would make sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels like it's being spoken to
William.
Yeah.
The others are under my protection.
So the others implies more than one. So already there's more than one spirit in UCN because she says the others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Could I say on the I recognize you thing? Again, I don't think this, but it does kind of link to Michael with the whole they didn't recognize me at first, but then I thought I was you. She's saying I recognize you, unlike the others, because I'm more aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always thought that. Like
line,
the puppet's voice lines are all very hinty toward the fact that there's potential that we're playing as Mike, but then every other character
it's like
disproves that.
Yeah, it's like
so for it to
ones
be
that
Mike,
feel
you have to really rely on the line where it's like they didn't recognize me and then they thought I was you.
Yeah.
The others are like animals, but I am.
So that's
very
definitely significant.
rare.
So
Yeah, and then
this is
that
one of
line
those-
comes up.
This is one of those things where in another group chat I had a conversation with like the guy who had like the Cassidy everyone, where it's like out of all of the other ones that act so aggressive and like kill other people and guards just trying to think it's William because they're adults, why is she the only spirit that is so neutral, so like aware and has her rationality? Why are all the other ones so animalistic and angry, but Charlie's the only one? Is there a reason for that? Besides just narrative, where she might have been.
I wonder, is it something to do with the fact that she's in a security puppet of all things? Like it's a puppet, like the machine she's in is specifically designed to protect people.
Maz, ban the guy that said Cassidy Gat.
Odd. Jarvis killed it, man.
Mods, string him up.
Wait, what did they say?
They said Cassidy Gyat.
Man, they need to gyat themselves together.
Cringe.
Oh, I think it's because she has like her memories. Like she knows her own name, probably.
One thing I've always wondered that's like interesting. Like, why would Marionette, like inside of Lefty, want to attack Michael in Pizza Sim?
I've heard
Well,
that.
Lefty's a possessed sentient bear. So.
Yeah, here's the thing. We'll get to this. Okay, you go first.
I was gonna say I chalk it up to either gameplay or where it's like Lefty is a janky like moving animatronic. We see how like unstable they are, and it's like they have like a lot of risk factor. I chalk it up to either gameplay, or it's like the animatronic Lefty is already so like janky and kind of aggressive in general. Maybe that's why. Honestly, it's weird for the puppet to even just like attack Michael in any way.
I think Lefty DCI.
Same.
Yeah, we converted everybody.
Yeah, no, Lefty DCI.
Honestly, I was a little. Honestly, I've just been going with it, but you show me that one thing with Mango, I'm like, oh god, now I have to believe it.
It's the same exact color, dude.
On Lefty attacking people. I don't think Charlie has any control over Lefty. Like, Charlie might be stuck in there. Charlie is possessing the puppet. The puppet is inside of Lefty. Charlie is not possessing Lefty by proxy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we brought this
it's
up.
literally a thing to like.
Charlie is quite literally trapped in there. Yeah.
All right, Unwithered, this is a good time. Tell us what you think about Extract.
Oh, goody.
Okay, so this was something you guys were bringing up about like extract and like what that could mean and why she's not being extracted, and it's almost a boring answer, but the extract thing could be more so that Lefty does those things in order, that Lefty lures and then does all the rest of it, encapsulates, fuses, all that stuff, and then extracts the puppet from wherever they were. Like it's more so, in the way of extraction of like, I'm going to get you out of wherever you are and bring you to Henry. So like extracting in the sense of like leaving where you currently are, wherever the puppet was found, whether it's FNAF 3 or whatever, but extracting in the sense of like getting you out of the current place you are rather than extracting you from Lefty. Like Lefty can physically remove you from whatever location you were at and then bring you to Henry.
But that's kind of what transport was.
Yeah,
like that's what
they
you
like
have
weird to
like,
put
plus
after
transport.
transport.
Yeah.
I found
Yeah.
I found two interesting definitions of extract: remove or take out, especially by effort or force. Then you have another one which says a preparation containing the active ingredient of a substance in concentrated form.
Yeah, like extract. So
All right.
here's one final note on.
Things are about to get fucked, by the way.
I have thoughts. I have thoughts on the nightmares. I'll say I have thoughts on the nightmares.
One final note on extract. I kind of brought this up on stream last night. There's always the chance that it was like extract Charlie's soul from the puppet, and that's why anytime after FNAF 6, there are no more tears on the puppet mask. Because like it's not there.
And
even it's not there in the blob. Charlie
even
is
in
gone
Help
from
Wanted
the
2, I don't think the model has any sort of puppet visible or like.
It does
any
not.
sort of-
No, it doesn't.
But at the same
Yeah.
time, Charlie's like being referenced by Henry in the FNAF 6 fire, so it's like she's there somewhere, but
She's there in some way, and she's in the render of of Lefty outside the pizzeria.
but
she
you can
has
never see the puppet at all in Lefty at any other time.
Yeah, so I wonder because that's the whole thing of like where does Lefty, because you can buy Lefty rather than like finding them.
Lefty
So it's
is
like-
only $5. So
Now we know why.
One quick thing. Because you mentioned where I think it was you where there's no reference in the game for Charlie's name. This is a very. I'm not saying this is confirmed or anything. I'm just saying the only one I can think of is in Security Breach with Charlie Door. But then it's like, is that actually?
Well, that's
Charlie?
the thing, because that's a reference. That's a reference to the Silver Eyes. That's the thing. It's like
Yeah.
not directly necessarily. It's not in game either. It's
It's in the code, so it's like
files, but
not
yeah.
really. That doesn't really count either. That's like the only thing I can think of. Like, was Charlie ever sent in the games? That's about it. But that's in the files.
All right, let's get to this bastard.
By the one you should not have killed.
So off rip, this means that he is a real thing, by the way, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
It was remade.
in some way, yeah.
I use so many of the lines for an upcoming theory of mine where I'm like, the nightmare animatronics are real to some extent. You can't deny that. Like, I don't care if it's gas, I don't care if it's disc, I don't care if they're actually built like that. You cannot deny. It's like, I am remade, meaning he was made at one point
Well, he's
before.
he's still probably a mannequin.
And then he says, but oh my god, but not by you. So it's like, yes,
Yeah, I was
whoever
made
you are,
before by you.
Made you, yeah, exactly.
Which also means that the vengeful spirit saw this thing.
Oh god.
Well, if the vengeful spirit's in the logbook, if Cassidy is in the logbook,
That's
Michael
true, that's
drew
true.
the
Michael
nightmares, so I don't know.
Well, he didn't draw Nightmare Fredbear. He didn't draw Nightmare Freddy.
We'll get to the whole Nightmare Fredbear thing.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I'm worried about.
links
That's
up.
the one I'm worried about.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be the one.
Maybe some interesting lines there.
Do we know if this video has like the fixed up versions of Nightmare Mangle's lines? Because apparently Nightmare Mangle says real things, but it just sounds like audio garbage in game.
No light can save you now.
Well, I mean, FNAF
I got-
4
You
and
can-
in this
I got
game-
something. I got something. But
Flash
continue.
light.
I mean, you use the flashlight in FNAF 4 and in this game to get rid of it, them. Like, to me, it's like, the light cannot save you now. I've already got you.
Yeah. You typically do that to Freddy. All right,
don't know. Let's
TD,
do it
what
up.
have you done?
FNAF 3.
No,
Oh.
no. How is
This is kind of like it. No.
I'm trying to think. What are we gonna see here?
That's not what I was looking for.
Are you gonna say that the thing in William's hand is a flashlight?
Yeah, the thing in his
Well,
hand.
that's not follow me.
that's
That's
save them.
FNAF 2.
No, it is follow me.
Well, wait. He
No, it's
has
not
something in
holding
his
it.
hand.
No, it's
Isn't it
not.
in FNAF 2? He has like a
Yeah, he has that in FNAF.
Yeah, in FNAF 2, yeah.
No, look at his hand.
Yeah.
Look at his hand.
That's like I think like a.
A
It's
I
crank.
think that's like an anime like.
Oh, like sweating.
Oh,
expression.
kind of.
Oh, it could be sweat. It could be a
Yeah,
laugh.
I think
no,
that's
no,
more what it
sweating.
is. It's more like
Sweat
a
marks. That's the
cartoony
sweat
visual.
marks.
Yeah, he's sweating. You're
That's him
on
shitting
something here,
himself.
bro.
Okay. Well, hey,
Or,
it's called
that's
overanalyzing
him-
for a
that's him
reason.
shitting his pants.
It's overanalyzing for. Hey, 3 more of those. One of them will be real.
What? Also, what does William
Oh, we
have in
skipped.
FNAF 2? It looks like a phone, but it's not a phone.
Don't talk about that one yet.
Oh,
Oh God! Don't even.
No,
let's not even
get
do
out of
that.
here, Nightmare. Get out of here.
Go
Nightmare.
back.
We're not ready
back.
for you
No.
yet.
Oh no, this isn't any better. This one's not any better.
Oh,
no.
God.
I've always been hiding in your shadow.
Wait, we didn't miss a line, did we?
Uh,
Go back a little.
No.
Let's Make sure.
yeah, there we go. Oh well, he references the one you should have not killed again.
Oh, he has.
Well, yeah, he's about to do that.
Yeah, what a gift you can relish.
All right, here. I have always been hiding in your shadow. Oh man.
Hmm.
None of us even want to comment on this.
It's like,
'Cause
I
why
can't
would
think
he
of it
say
because
that?
I'm like, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like if Nightmare said it, he in the files he's referenced as Shadow Freddy, but like
Yeah.
Nightmare Freddy, what?
You could say that
It
it's
could
like
just
him
be a
hiding
creepy
behind
line.
you in game and
Yeah.
stuff. He's technically in your
I think
shadow.
it's a
Oh, like
gameplay
behind
thing.
you.
Same thing with the fight.
Yeah, he's behind you
work.
like in FNAF 4.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I think that's what it is. It's just another gameplay reference.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, because if you light him up, he goes away. So it's like if he's in the shadows, he's hiding, and if you turn on the light.
A victim that can't perish.
Yep. So he's in endless purgatory.
More purgatory. Yep.
That's fire.
I am given flesh to be your tormentor.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so-
then
so-
you have this line,
once
which
So he
implies
did
that
not
he
have
was
flesh
never real.
before. He didn't have flesh.
This
Yeah,
implies
so-
that he wasn't real.
He was a mannequin.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, I think it's where it's like they were real, but it's like illusion aspect, or like they weren't
Yeah.
built
Yeah.
to look like the full nightmares, but it's
Yeah.
something else, like smooth mannequin, illusionist gas. I don't know. It's the thing where it's like, it's a little twisted where it's like I know they were real, but not built to look like the nightmares.
They
basically.
Yeah,
were
they weren't,
real,
like,
just not
you
in the
couldn't, like,
form that
touch
we
them.
see.
Yeah.
Someone
But now they are meant to be seen as this.
Someone said the thing in William's hand is a scooper.
Oh God.
He's like mini scooping the remnant out physically.
Imagine though.
Molten.
Oh boy.
Someone
The
just
spawn
said
of
David.
sickness.
Whoa.
So this one's William.
Is it?
You're not so big because he's an ego.
Just a- yeah, you're just a bite-sized morsel.
Yeah, Michael doesn't have an ego, so he wouldn't say you're not so big to Mike. That's an expression like, oh, you think you're so big. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's
It could
definitely-
also just be literally be the size of like a thumb.
No, shut up. I'm right.
Bro, boy over here is thick. He ain't that tiny.
Sized morsel. You
Was that
knew
necessary?
I'd get you eventually. There just isn't room in here for both of us. Flash that light
Nightmare BB DCI. Different.
now.
Oh no! Welcome.
Okay, so,
Welcome to the
Freddy,
next 2 hours.
Yeah, here you go.
Okay, so first off, really cool voice. Second of all, why does it sound like so many voices coming out of the mouth, like of the character? What does that
Yeah,
mean?
We'll get to a particular line. A particular line he has. There is very
Yeah.
clearly an out of breath child, a child who is visibly, audibly out of breath, speaking behind that. You'll
Okay,
what
wait,
it's.
let's listen to this.
We'll
in
do
full,
this
just, like,
one
look
first.
at this.
Yeah.
This is the other thing is like it's in singular here, but it becomes plural later.
Yeah, let's
That is definitely like at least 2 voices.
So the plush.
Fuck.
I will
Yeah.
put you together.
Yeah.
And that's not it. That's not it, because there's another line.
Yeah, it's the friends.
Yep. Yeah.
How many times you can be pulled apart? I assure you, I am very real.
I hear
You
the
have-
kid.
I'm keeping track of it. So you have me, and then you have I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely like, again, the idea of the nightmares being some sort of illusion based thing, but having been invented by William, because like
Yeah. But now
you
when you
know what
see
I
it-
am, but I'm telling you this time I'm real. You know I
Yes.
shouldn't be real, but I'm telling you I am.
And now they are real in this hell.
Yeah, well, right there.
Well, yeah, more than
well, yeah.
illusion.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah,
That's
the thing.
literally just saying it.
So it's an illusion, gas, whatever. All right, this is the problem. So listen for the kid on this one. Listen for the kid at the end.
Okay. Cranking the volume.
And you are not one of them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear it.
You can- it's a child that sounds like its lungs have been fucking pierced. It's out of breath.
Oh, yes.
Wheezing.
So
Oh,
now
no.
we're also switching. Here, I wonder, is he is that child audible in the other one specifically? Because
Yes.
this one is now it
Less
becomes
so,
we.
but yes.
I've heard it on the other ones.
It's
Like
okay,
we can go
on this
back and
one.
listen to it again.
If this one is if it's higher on this one, could that mean it's specifically for this line? Because it's also now switching to we. We had me and I, but now we're on we.
Yeah, like is he like referencing the rest of the animatronics, or is this like a Venom moment?
It is deliberately
Are Venom.
it's deliberately exaggerated, the kid on this one.
Yeah.
So obviously the plush again, we are your friends, do you still believe that? So the question is either, is this referring to William was speaking through the plush, or is the voice talking right now the plush?
To me, it seems more like the other way around, that William wasn't the speaker that said that, because this seems more like a reference to that line, but not as in like, oh, well, you told us who our friends are. This I don't know. This seems more like because the we implies that Nightmare Fredbear is one thing, and there's another entity who it is referring to as we, whether it's the other kids or the Fredbear plush. If this thing isn't the Fredbear plush, it could be saying, well, we know who our friends are because we talked about it. We know who
Yeah.
our friends are. and you're not one of them.
My thing-
it's so
my
you
thing
think it's the
is-
plush and the bite victim in there.
It could be. Or it could be this thing is the bite victim and it's talking about we being the plush if it's Cassidy.
And it, yeah.
that's a big thing.
Look-
Yeah, the plush and it know
The
who our
thing
friends
is,
are.
who would be the plush in this case then? Like, is it a different speaker or the same? Because it's the thing where the theories I've heard is like Charlie plush and Cassidy plush. Like, if you think Charlie's first, that could maybe be, even if it's weird. Cassidy, no, that's later. Obviously, we have to say 1985. This is the bite of 83. So it's like, if you think Charlie's
have to do a
first,
whole
there's
memory
something there.
thing.
If not, I personally think it's William, because it's like in sister location, in his private room, you have a plush with like a walkie-talkie. It seems so. It's like, you know.
It's true.
But then, and then again, you have to go back, and it's like, oh, different dialogue color. Does that really mean anything?
And the thing is, like, is this we know who our friends are? Is that trying to say, like, you told us who our friends are? You said we're your friends, but we know who we are, and we're not you. Like, you're not our friends because you said we are, but we're not. You know, like it could be that.
Either way, though, if we're gonna go with Cassidy, the one you shouldn't have killed, this has to be bite victim. Because if it's Cassidy, that means the one you shouldn't have killed is Andrew.
And to me, bite victim represented by Nightmare Fredbear makes a lot of sense because he shows up after having been bit, and if Michael is the dreamer, if we think that, then it makes sense if he's being tormented by the visage of his brother. You know.
Yeah.
I do have something to add to that. If anybody doesn't know this, when you speed up the laughter of Nightmare Fredbear, it sounds like a little boy laughing. Specifically,
Is it the same as the Golden Freddy laugh?
No.
I think
No. It's a different one. You can hear it sounds like a little boy clearly laughing when you speed it up at like 2.5, 3 times. So that's more things where if that's crying child, that gives more thing. Especially since that would explain why he has the stomach mouth specifically, because he was bit.
I do like how in Nightmare Fredbear, which is, you know, like a spin on Golden Freddy, there is one very powerful aggressive voice and one weak voice underneath it. That is
Cassidy and bite victim?
Yeah, that's interesting that they do that with his, because you can
I assure you, I am very real.
Like, so there's
Yeah,
there's an aggressive voice and a weak one underneath.
Yeah.
So
But then there's also the question of like, if William did make this because there's more than an allusion to fear, who's speaking? Is it just like the idea that William came up with? Like, you know, because he invented Nightmare Fredbear.
I think this is a ghost. I don't know who it is, but I think this is a ghost in the game. Like, not in FNAF 4, but I think there is a spirit
Sure.
talking. Yeah, I think there's a spirit talking through this in UCN.
Yeah.
This time, there is more
Yep.
than an illusion to fear. We know who our friends are, and you are not one of them.
Yeah, so it's deliberately drawn out there. The little boy is at the end. Interesting. It could be Dave.
I mean, he hears that line specifically.
He does.
too
That's
in
said
FNAF
to him.
4, so...
Yeah. And that would be a good snapback. Like, we're still your friends. Do you still believe that? We know who our friends are, and you're not. You know, so
Yeah.
it'd be interesting.
It's weird because the we becomes flipped then. It becomes like
yeah.
William saying, me and the plushies are your friends, and then it's Bite Victim saying, well, me and the plushies know who our friends are, but you're not one of them. And I suppose that can definitely work. It depends on how you interpret it. If the plush is possessed or not, if it's the plush saying that or not, if it's William saying it, both work, which I think is probably the idea. It's probably Scott.
It's specifically the we. The we makes me think that this is a kid.
Yeah.
This is a kid. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like it is as well.
Man. All right, time to get even worse.
It could be we meaning like me and like all of the other UCN spirits.
All right, well, I'll take this time. Oh man, Nightmare Fredbear and Nightmare have the exact same game mechanic and the exact same description.
The exact same description as well.
Yes, the exact word for word. They have the exact same description for.
I have a theory. I personally believe that they are the same one, where it's sort of like very much close to Matt Pat's in one of his shorts, where he thinks it's Nightmare Fredbear, but Nightmare is Nightmare Fredbear, but his illusion disc or his illusion is breaking. And I think that is a very good idea, especially when in a sister location, when you look on the map, there's only 5 of them on the main FNAF 4. Like, we can't see Freddy because he's under the bed, which is where you are, like the dot. But then it's the fact that he's also translucent. When you look at Nightmare, he is more see-through, so the illusion might be breaking more.
The other theory I have for that is
weird
that
he's called Shadow Freddy.
Yeah, the other theory I have for that is that Shadow Freddy is directly the result of what happened with the Golden Freddy child's death. That's the other theory I have for that, because they're the same. They're always the same Sue. It's always Withered Golden Freddy is Shadow Freddy.
Even in the FNAF 1 movie, Shadow Freddy takes on the appearance of Golden Freddy there too.
Yeah, it's like that's the thing. Like I in 3 Sue, I mentioned that a few times, where it's like you have Golden Freddy, in FNAF 2, Withered Golden Freddy and Withered Freddy, they look similar, but then also Shadow Freddy with the ear, the wires, same appearance again.
And Follow Me, Shadow Freddy takes on the appearance of normal FNAF 1 Freddy, which would then imply the classic Golden Freddy look.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, is like Shadow Freddy specifically seems to be an ally to William in any version that he's like created in. Like, even in I think it's the Silver Eyes trilogy, there's like a Shadow Freddy shows up and like leads the main characters to William, and it's like and he's purple.
You know,
because we
call Twisted once, I
think so. Yeah, we call Shadow Freddy and Shadow Bonnie both shadows, but they're very different. Shadow Freddy is the only purple colored animatronic that we ever see. All the rest of them are fully black, all the way to the core, except Shadow Bonnie when he's in the minigames, but that's because you can't like have a black minigame sprite on a black background.
Even in Follow Me, on like the side of
he's
pure black.
He's
black.
There's specifically Shadow Freddy's got a purple tint to it. Do we talk about FNAF AR Springtrap lines? I think we have to.
Oh my god.
I
Oh,
don't know
God.
any of these.
I don't understand unless
They're the same
he's
lines.
glitch-
He is the
unless
exact
he's
same
glitch
lines.
Trap, how does it work?
I know, but Springtrap in FNAF AR has the exact same lines as Nightmare, like beat for beat.
So
Yes.
the thing is,
hang on,
I'm gonna
I'll
throw
look
some.
it up.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not capping. You can look it up. They have the exact same lines.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm gonna throw some shade at Lumix. Can we really trust them if they're too lazy to even release the characters they showed off in the trailer?
Yeah.
Don't.
I
The
remember-
trailer's
I
even
remember-
worse. The trailer's
I
even
actually
worse. What
remember-
Springtrap says.
Me and Nero had a conversation about some of these lines too at one point. I remember that. I'm like,
Mhm.
even one of them is similar to also Nightmare Fredbear. I think it's not the same, but it's a little twisted. So it's like
It's
he's
what
referencing
pulled
these
apart,
two.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
saying
it's
let's
like-
see how many times he can be pulled apart.
Like if Glitch Trap is just Mimic, I don't know what the heck this means then, because it's like unless it's just like a reference, purely a reference. But
Because
I
remember,
don't
he
know.
says,
This is
"I
the
am your
problem with-
wickedness made of flesh," and then William has the exact
Yeah.
same lines as him. Like that might be literal. So he might
know what,
literally be.
Yeah.
If we take, okay, here's an interesting idea. If we take Bite Victim as the very first incident, and we take it as this idea that William was set off by Bite Victim's death, is it kind of a cool idea that his wickedness made of flesh is influenced by the thing that killed his son? That's why it's purple and why it looks like Fredbear? Not because he like used a suit in the DCI or whatever. It's like the thing that inspired him to start killing was the death of his son, which was caused by Fredbear, which is why it looks like him.
Yeah, because it's always seemed there's some sort of connection to Fredbear and like everything from the past between those two.
The fact that he even just reflects Golden Freddy and Nightmare Fredbear, who might be Bite Victim to some extent as well, is interesting. It's a thing where I feel like the look of the animatronics for the shadows has to mean something, which is why I'm like, if Shadow Bonnie's not DCI related, I don't understand. Like I heard
Yeah.
some theories based on Charlie, but that requires some weird evidence, and especially from the novels. And it's like Bite Victim. It's like I feel like it's the MCI, but if it's Eleanor or whatever, then I'm like, okay, it could be Bite Victim because it's like Golden Freddy, Shadow Freddy. It works enough there.
And Shadow Freddy's the
Or
trap
there's
as
the
well.
idea-
He set some kind of trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or there's the idea that like if the one you shout out have killed is Golden Freddy, there's obviously some sort of like parallel, like that's the wrong word to use because it's got meaning, but like the opposite, like the mirror of William is Golden Freddy. Like if Golden Freddy is like his like enemy, his like most big mistake to have made, there's something there about it being purple and being tied to William being also the thing that comes back to get him in the end.
If Plush Bear is William, I feel like
There's another tie.
yeah, that's hard because I feel like the spirit in Nightmare Fredbear has to be the Bite Victim either way in this game.
Yeah.
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 Which
Alright,
weird thing to
let's
say
keep-
to your own dad, but
Yeah.
Ooh. Can you pause real quick?
Yeah.
So you know how Golden Freddy doesn't have any voice lines?
Yeah, Fredbear does,
Yeah.
but Golden Freddy doesn't.
Yeah, so if Golden Freddy doesn't, and if Cassidy is Happiest Day receiver, could that be why?
Say that again.
So if Golden Freddy has no voice lines, and if Cassidy is the Happiest Day receiver, is that why there's no Golden Freddy voice lines? Because Cassidy's moved on.
No,
Well-
because no.
That's Andrew. That's
If-
Andrew. That's Andrew in
If
my
it was,
stream.
then all of the spirits would have moved on at that point. So then we
Yeah.
wouldn't have like puppet lines.
Yeah, this game wouldn't exist if Cassidy
yeah, like
moved on
like Foxy would have done.
under certain interpretations.
Yeah, that's one of the things where I'm like Cassidy receiver. I literally do not understand. Where it's like, oh wow, thanks Charlie and everyone for giving me happiest day. I'm gonna go to hell and torture this one guy still.
Yeah, Bite Victim receiver makes more sense. And also that's
Uh-oh.
we know who oh ha ha ha.
Oh no.
Oh, it's him and the
No.
puppets. The only two sentient ones in there. We know who our friends are because it's
Yeah.
Bite Victim and the other four masked kids.
I mean,
Oh
yeah.
yes.
It's Cassidy plush, which I'm a big proponent of. I think there's some evidence going against it, but I really like Cassidy plush.
Unless we're saying Bite Victim was literally in the hospital for 2 years, I literally do not understand how Cassidy Plush was from a timeline perspective.
Or sorry, not Cassidy Plush. Sorry, Charlie Plush. Sorry, that's
Yep.
I meant to say Charlie Plush.
Yeah,
not Cassidy
Charlie
Plush.
Plush. That's the one I'm more accepted to because it's like we know they're in '83 most likely. We don't know.
And
who
Fredbear
died
Plush
first.
seems to set up FNAF World, which sets up Happiest Day, and Charlie's the one at Happiest Day.
So we know the
Like
Fred,
always.
yeah.
Like Charlie's always in Happiest Day.
We know who our friends are. So I think it is talking about William. Well, duh, obviously. But so it could be Charlie Plush. It could be. At least some of it. It's tough because that is interesting. Because if Bite Victim is Happiest Day, then saying we know who our friends are. I'm assuming because besides Charlie, Nightmare Freddy is the most sentient sounding one in the game. There's just something very weird about his lines.
Yeah.
So if those two are
That one in particular feels very pointed.
yeah. So we know because they're the two at the opposite ends of the table, and the friends could just be the other kids.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
See, we all.
I don't think
See,
there's anything
it
wrong
gets
with that.
really difficult when you have to consider the fact that, like, after FNAF 4, the story definitely changed. Like, you
Oh,
know,
absolutely.
preposterous.
Like, or even after FNAF 3, like, it was all planned out from
No,
FNAF
no,
1.
not down. It's 4 original story. Just
Yeah.
shutting that down right now.
But that's what
I
I
hear
mean is,
people-
like,
Sorry, I just want to say I hear so many like people say it's like FNAF should have been a trilogy, and I'm like, yeah, I think it should have as well. But it's like I hear so many people get confused on that. It like
go Jiren, that's good. I'll say that
it's-
in a
it's like
second. That's a good
1 through
connection.
4, 1
didn't
through
change
4
the
is
story.
the original story by Scott. He said this in the first interview with Ducko. He had an idea that he was gonna make it as a trilogy because trilogies are always like the peak. But then it's like he decided it's not just a spring out jump scare. He said he wanted to make another scary entry. He wanted to FNAF and FNAF 4. It's the final chapter, the original story. Like it's the 1 through 3. I see people say that. I understand
Four
it.
games, one
It's 1 through
story.
4.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Four games, one story.
I'm gonna say this thing
but
from
I think
chat.
I think
when
he
you're ready.
could have ended it.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say he's gonna end it at 3, and then he goes, okay, well, I have more to tell about Golden Freddy. Controversial opinion. I think when 4 came out, I think it was Charlie was one of the MCI, and Golden Freddy was the bite victim. Because look at the table, Golden Freddy's on their own, and on the other side is 5 people. That's my take. And I think after Sister Location, he changed it because a lot of people were confused about the 5, and they thought Charlie was a 6th rather than it being Charlie part of the 5 and then the 6th being bite victim, the other way around. But anyway, we can talk about like what Scott meant to do because it gets confusing.
Yeah, someone in chat said for that interpretation, like we know who our friends are, which would be referring to Bite Victim and the puppet, and they said, oh, our friends would be the other kids or whatever. Where do we find the Fredbear plush in Sister Location?
We find it in William. We find it in William's private.
And in Help Wanted 2, when you enter the same code, what plush do you get?
Marionettes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
We'll let that
1983
sit.
as well.
We'll let that sit. Next.
That's true.
All right, time for this character's second voice line.
Oh dear.
So this is so weird. It's like, aren't you Shadow Freddy? So are you saying you're a Freddy yourself?
Yeah.
What?
R.W.
The shadow
Quackwax?
fears me. Oh, it's weird because it's like, it's one of those things where in the Ultimate Guide it says that both seem to help the children, but through a lot when you analyze, and obviously the Ultimate Guide is really weird. So it's like when you look at the series and you look at them, it almost seems like Shadow Bonnie's the good one, and Shadow Freddy
Shadow
might be.
Freddy's
So
the bad one.
maybe he's saying the other shadow, like he's not even saying the shadows, like all the other shadow animatronics possibly. He's saying the shadow. So maybe he's saying Shadow Bonnie fears me.
Plus, at this time, there would have only been one other shadow.
That's interesting.
I mean, there's only one other shadow in the game,
Yeah.
and that's Shadow Bonnie in this game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is XOR too, if you
Oh,
want to consider
fuck.
that.
That's so weird. It's like even in the interview, he's like, "What is Shadow DD?" And he
Stop
Scott
saying
just
Eleanor,
says,
chat.
Like, XOR.
Don't
we
mention Eleanor.
don't even
This is not a safe
know
space.
what Eleanor really is. All we know is like you're this pure dark evil entity. It's like the description for Eleanor. I'm like, what does this mean? You're just saying like what is this HP Lovecraft? Oh boy.
Yeah, that's my only issue with the Shadow fears me being Shadow Bonnie is that Shadow Bonnie is a fan name. RWQ or whatever the full thing is his canon name.
Request for fast fix.
Wait, what?
The Shadow
Request,
fear.
it's
See, this is
request
the other
for fast fix. That's how you pronounce his name.
request for fast fix. This
Request
is the
for
other thing
fast
is like
fix.
how much weight can we put in like the Shadow Freddy name in the files? Like is that a hint or is that just being like I don't know, it's like Shadow Freddy.
The thing is, I feel like it's hard to say whenever you use like the stuff from the files, but it's like the fact that Scott even had him as Shadow Freddy is very weird.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Does
I'm
anyone
looking
know-
they never say Shadow Bonnie. They keep constantly saying RWQS blah blah blah.
This is a question I don't know regarding the FNAF 2 files. Is he referred to as Shadow Freddy in the files, or is that a name that the community came up with and then kind of?
I don't know actually.
I'm also searching up right
In
now.
the game files,
think
it's
I
crumpled
had
Freddy.
it saved somewhere.
In FNAF 3, it's crumpled Freddy. Let me see what it is in FNAF 2.
Yeah,
he's
next
ki-
to FNAF 3, you guys know that Easter egg? You know that Easter egg on the in FNAF 3 where it's like the crumpled suit? That's
It's-
also literally Ultimate Guy. It's like the crumpled Freddy suit. So that's
Crumpled,
interesting.
the crumpled
In FNAF 3, it's crumpled Freddy, yeah.
fears me.
Like the crumple fears me.
The crumpled.
FNAF 3 as well.
Crumpled Freddy.
Let me see.
So if it's a real suit...
Well, okay, but yeah, FNAF World. It's called Shadow Freddy
In FNAF World, yeah. Yeah, so that's...
Yeah,
That's-
Shadow,
oh, yeah,
Shadow
yeah, yeah.
Freddy's name is it's the thing is they say RWXQ, but they always say Shadow Freddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that XOR has the same naming convention as like just random letters, but Shadow Freddy does not. That implies they're from different types of things.
And he's purple, and all the rest of them are
pitch
full black.
black,
Even
yeah.
the puppet and all that kind of stuff.
Here's one thing.
Miriam.
Unlike RWXQ, in the Ultimate Guy, it's only RWXQ, like etc. But they have X.O.R, and in parentheses beneath that is Shadow DD.
That's weird.
The Ultimate Guide, if I correct me if I'm wrong, but it's filled with like fan theories as well, right? So it might be using that as like a way of referring to them.
Character encyclopedia I'm looking at right now.
Or sorry, the character is like it's filled with like trying to keep it in the way that's like easy to reference for fans. So it's like Shadow DD is what fans call her.
Yeah, I find it interesting though, where it's in parentheses beneath Shadow DD, often known as Shadow DD. It says, but then Shadow Bonnie, it's always RWQ, etc., which is very weird.
Interesting.
So yeah, this one, I'm your wickedness made of flesh. That's pretty standard. Like, okay, this is things called Shadow Freddy in the files. And so whatever Shadow Freddy
Thank
is...
God, a normal voice line from this character.
I mean,
finally.
it's straightforward. I genuinely believe, though, Shadow Freddy is the Sire Squawks. It's like Sire Squawks, yeah. It's his stand.
Bro, I'm just thinking, I am your wickedness. We are Venom. Eddie. Eddie, we are William Afton's wickedness.
I'm going to kill this guy.
Dude, people in chat keep calling the Shadows Eleanor. No.
No.
Do you think Nightmare needs to eat brains to live like Venom?
I mean, to be honest, fucking what is it?
Wait a minute. Venom has to eat brains, biting on the head, bite victim. It's all connected.
Venom did
That
the
or
bite
just
of
chocolate.
83.
You could just do chocolate.
Yeah, it's like phenethylamine, like the chemical thing.
So I am given flesh to be your tormentor. So before he was his wickedness not made of flesh. So
Yeah.
Well, that was Nightmare Freddy.
Well, I'm assuming the same thing. It's the same three words in that order. I'm assuming that's also implying, hey, this guy gave me a body, when before I was just like a thing.
Yeah, once again, they were illusions to some extent.
had
they weren't
aura.
fully real. But bro has that SpongeBob. I didn't understand he had so much aura.
SpongeBob.
Shadow Freddy, I will eat your soul FNAF World reference.
Oh no, Eleanor.
Oh no.
Wait.
You just move on. I don't want to hear it.
It eats the trash
No,
rabbit,
Eleanor.
doesn't it? Or does it not?
No,
Well,
not really.
I don't remember.
No,
It's
the
been like a
puppet
year.
disassembles.
I thought
I
I read
Eleanor-
it today.
Okay, I'll break it down.
I thought Eleanor like
takes
absorbed
the
it.
agony. Eleanor takes the agony from the trash rabbit or something, and then it just crumples up and like falls into the water and dies.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it's
she,
Charlie
like,
does that.
She
'cause
like
Charlie,
jumps into it. She like takes the agony out of like Jake, then at the Stitch Wraith.
Yeah.
Then she jumps into it, and then she like yeets out of there
Oh,
and
yeah,
climbs
yeah,
in a
yeah,
vent or something.
Eleanor doesn't claim it.
And then
Eleanor
Aspen
just leaves
gets,
it.
like depressed.
Yeah,
and
Eleanor
then
just
it
leaves
dies.
it. She doesn't claim it.
I think because Eleanor gave Afton the strength to do that in the first place, and then leaves, and then Charlie is strong enough to pull it apart afterwards. I think Eleanor leaving is like Afton's strength going as well.
Yeah.
From what I can from just one brief reading
yeah,
today.
He even says, "I am agony." He doesn't say I'm Afton.
Yeah. I will vomit you back to relive your horror.
Probably more UCN. Like he's reliving everything.
Your horror.
Yeah, it's probably just more game stuff.
It's edgy.
Yeah, pretty fucking edgelord.
He's going off.
Edgelord.
This isn't even. This is also bad. I hate that. Why is there lore in
So,
Japanese?
so this
I-
is
I-
canon.
I have a theory on why Jacko Chica's here.
Break it down, because I don't get it.
So here's the thing.
Let me break it down for you, Mark.
So this will be in my one of the future theory video I'm making. FNAF 4 animatronics. I believe they are all real to some extent, as the main ones. But here's the end of it, the bombshell. Spring in sister location on the thing, you see you have plush traps area, and you see multiple dots. Oh yeah, that's just where plush trap hides, right? All the other maps, you don't see dots.
Where they can
that
go.
would indicate
Yeah.
where to move.
Yeah.
You know they
We've talked
can
about
because of the map and the cheats. And
We
stuff.
had a big sister location stream.
Or animatronics. Specifically, besides Nightmare BB, because we know he's canon, there were 4 Halloween edition characters.
Except
Here's the
the
thing.
marionette.
I don't think they're canon. I don't think they're canon. No. You have the 2 Jackos, Nightmare Mangle, Nightmarian. Excluding Nightmare BB.
Not canon though. To FNAF 4.
Here's the thing. I don't think they're canon to FNAF 4, but is it possible he did build them or intended to with more endos in some way? Like, they're not in FNAF 4. They're not canon to the gameplay through that visual. But maybe they do exist. It's a thing. It's like, it's a very weird thing. It's a very weird theory. I'm just like, why else would Jacko Chica be here?
Well,
Yeah,
I
unless
read an interesting.
A burning
read
reminder
an
of your
interesting-
misdeeds.
This is the thing which is weird about her greetings from the fire and the one you should not. All of her lines are about fire, so it's kind of it's hard to necessarily pin her down to the FNAF 6 fire. But just quickly on the plush trap thing, I think I read an interesting theory which is like the dots don't represent the animatronics, they represent like charging stations in the same way that are, or like starting points, or like potential ways to go, like
Yeah,
in the week
there's
before they've
nodes.
got them on the stage. Because
Which I
you
think
know,
is very
Plush Trap is
possible.
smaller, he might need more charging stations because he's so small, his battery's too small or something. But anyway,
So,
I
Um,
can believe that.
is every other character that references? No, never mind. Because
He was about to start tweaking.
no. I was. It's cool. It's cool. I was gonna say, is every other character that references the one he shouldn't have killed canonically possessed? But no, because Nightmare Freddy does, and that's just
Yeah.
That's just like a.
and all the
Mediocre.
mediocre melodies.
I'm thinking the only other thing I could think of. Sorry, it's just like. The only thing I could think of is that Fall Fest in like the DLC for like Help Wanted Curse of Dreadbear, you have Grim Foxy, which by all intents and purposes is basically Jacko Foxy. You know, they look very similar. The only other the thing is, besides that, just kind of small little out of nowhere theory with the 4 dots in sister location. The only other thing I can think of is that were these maybe actual animatronics at
for the
a
core
Fall Fest?
maze. Yeah.
That's the only other thing I could think of. I'm like, besides just weird game stuff, if like, okay, if this is a real thing William saw, it's that or it's the dots. Not
Someone
sure.
commented something really interesting. Mangle and Withered Chica know the ventral spirit because his face can appear in the vents.
True.
Oh, and they're in the vent. They have vent mechanics. Yeah.
Yeah, because that face has a very small chance, but it can also appear in the doors though.
Yeah, which would also
Oh.
explain why other animatronics might know him too.
TD, I see you're looking at the Scott or trying to find the Scott
trying.
Nightmare BB thing.
Yeah.
Wait.
For a while,
I'll send it. I'll send it in the chat because I have it.
Bro, he's equipped.
I thought for
Bro, I have a whole fold. I have folders in my desktop. Literally, one of them is FNAF information, FNAF images. Like,
I'm so sorry.
we. This is why we need a PDF or official or good guide, because there's so much stuff that's just like, how would you find this? Because it's like from a Doco stream or something like that.
So I originally there was a time when I was like, I think Scott might just be trolling in that post. Like he was just messing with people because he was like, you know, in the same way that he's like, you know, oh, the answer to the books is yes. You know, like he's just messing with people. But apparently, and I was talking to Withered Circle and Mr. Desk Fan about this, they were saying in the mobile port for FNAF 4, the only Nightmare animatronic that gets ported over is Nightmare BB. You can choose to play the Nightmare BB minigame rather than Plush Trap. So there is something weird about
the
it.
only Halloween
To
one.
add on
Right?
to add on to that, Scott made on one of his old Steam posts. He did say that the canon version 1.1 of that was around the time he was going to make the Halloween update.
Yeah.
1.1 has Nightmare BB in it. That's the canon version of FNAF 4.
Right. Oh no.
This is the mascot of the game.
Yeah. Part of me is like, oh, it's just because they look cool. You know, like Nightmare just looks cool, or Nightmare just looks kind of cool. So it's like, yeah.
But this
why not make them
animatronic was
the
not
icon?
canon until this, right?
Well, then and then he's a
that's the
security
thing.
breach and help wanted, and
yeah,
That's one of the things. where,
This
like,
was the
Jacko-
moment.
It's the same thing with Jacko Chica. Like, you weren't canon, but why are you here now?
Well, no, they're canon because they were in a VR game. So
Yeah.
it's like now, like you know, security breach.
Yeah,
is
now
like,
they're
oh, they have
full
a plush
send
'cause they were in it.
Unless you include FNAF World, but that's a whole weird.
when
mess.
did Death save him
This
before?
time, yeah, exactly.
This time, implying that
Technically,
Death-
Springtrap.
But he never died.
Yeah, well, that's
it's
the-
like
yeah.
the thing. You're like, did
mean, he
he
kinda
almost
did.
die? And then he came back because you have him getting spring locked. Then you have the FNAF 3 fire. Did he like die? But it's
I
like,
mean, I think it's safe to say his body died, and now
Well,
his
yeah,
spirit
I don't
is
think he
just
can like
possessed.
digest food anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that's why my thing with the man in room 1280 is like he is like a functioning body beside, you know, like, and the vengeful spirit is stopping him from dying rather than
Yeah.
you know, stopping him from moving on. But then in FNAF 6 you can hear his heartbeat.
Badum tis.
some of these lines do go so good. His voice is like really good.
Yeah, this guy went on to voice Luke from Street Fighter.
Okay.
Okay,
Here's
here we
one.
go.
Here's one.
I think it's
I
Charlie.
am the fearful reflection. So yeah, it's like I see this and I'm like, I'm the fearful reflection of what you have created. It's like you could think like, okay, he inadvertently created the puppet Charlie possessed. He murdered her. So it's like he's the fearful reflection of that. He's the reflection of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is with William creating dead kids and then those kids spawning alter egos that are the inverse of them? We have Nightmare Fredbear and Nightmare, and now we have the puppet and Nightmarion, which are both like they literally say they're like reflections of the spirit they're based on. So does he kill a kid and then spawn a clone? What is killing him?
Yes.
So this is worse than soul splitting. Now we just have dead cloning.
Forbidden alchemy, bro. Alchemist's
What-
fantasy.
why is-
Alchemist, I was just gonna say.
Oh my god. I'm just thinking, why is alchemy in a sci-fi series of animatronics possessed by dead kids? Why is alchemy
Scott
here
was bored.
exactly?
Why?
That's
Why
new.
can you copy
If you
and
want an
paste
explanation
ghosts
for anything
from one
that
to
happens
another?
in the series, Scott was bored.
Bruh.
It seems you couldn't make it to my show, so I brought the show.
I love his voice, dude.
Why
does
does
Rock-
Scott-
It's
every
very,
animatronic
it's very
goes up and like that now.
showmanship.
Encore!
Times are on the hour. Not a moment before and not a moment later.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Every hour on the hour.
Take your
Also,
final
Scott just
bow.
adding to the mangle gender thing because, like, they refer to Funtime Foxy as a she in Sister Location, and then they give him a male voice in this. It's like, oh my god.
I could hear you.
So I don't think there's any. Oh no.
in the end.
Oh,
So is this supposed to be because she's like hot, or is this supposed to be of lower significance?
So yeah, it's like so I see this. I'm like, Mrs. Afton, like, maybe they had like troubles? She wanted to be left in, like Williams in grief. It's like anything Mrs. Afton is totally theoretical. We have like no confirmed anything on her.
I think the fun times were built in the image of William's family, but they're not possessed by his family.
Well, she is at the
So
staff bot
it's like-
table.
Yeah, the staff bot table.
It's
Yeah.
I forget what the official like the fan name. It's like Funtime Afton family or something like that. Where it's like you have the.
I'm gonna be right back. You
have
guys
Crying
keep talking
Child
though.
with the bear, and then you have like Crying Child, who's the bear. Funtime Freddy
Yeah.
with the Bonbon would be the plush. Would be Foxy, Ballora, Mrs. Afton, Baby that, and it's like why is there no? And I'm thinking the reason why it's also a little Bonbon thing too. Why is there no Bonnie, Funtime Bonnie? Because we even have Funtime Chica. I'm like he's the Bonnie. He's
I think
Spring
he's
Bonnie.
I think the Springlock suit might be William.
Yeah, there is the Springlock.
Oh yeah,
suit
that's
from
that's also a possibility. Like Springlock suits, Spring Bonnie. He's the main one.
We've also got like just the whole idea of like, oh, this one was like put away because something bad was done with it, you know. Oh wait, I don't think TD does. He's not muted. TD, come back.
And one thing I was thinking of on stream yesterday was there's 3 happiest days possibly, not just one.
Oh boy. Well,
What's
look,
the third?
Nero, before you say anything, keep in mind we're already with the return to the pit. We're more unsure about just the one happiest day we have. So keep that in mind.
But you ready? Okay.
Can we
So
solve the one first, please?
FNAF 3 Cassidy, FNAF World Bite Victim Ultimate Custom Night Andrew.
What?
If Andrew exists
Yeah.
and the whole return to the pit deal happens, you would have FNAF 3s would be Cassidy's, you would have FNAF World being Bite Victims, and then you would have Ultimate Custom Night being kind of like Andrew's whole fiasco. And that's why in the FNAF World Angel ending, there's 3 people, 2 of them lighter color, 1 darker color.
I was about to say the thing is there is kind of another happiest day because in FNAF World that section with like I think it is the section with like you go in the drowning and you fall and you see like the 3 people, that is also called happiest day, which is very interesting.
I have an idea about that, but I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
till later.
let's bring that up when we get to Old Man Consequences because I also have an idea on that.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
'Cause I think,
but regarding Ballora, I think all the stuff with her like singing the song and all these lines here, I genuinely think there's compelling evidence to say she and the other fun names are built in the image of Afton, but in terms of who possesses them, I'm a big Molten MCI believer, so I think the kids all like possess the robots and the robots' sentience, like AI, is the thing that's like speaking for them. But in terms of the actual like souls possessing them, it's the MCI.
TD will be back in like 5 minutes. Okay.
All right. So we got to carry the stream for 5 minutes.
All right. Chat. Well, okay. What does chat want to talk about? Pick anything that isn't Eleanor. Okay, go off.
Okay. I was gonna say. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm just thinking like, does Scott have issues with like is he telling us he has like problems in his past when he was younger with women? Because I'm like, why are the wives in the series shafted? Like you hear barely anything with Henry's wife in the novels. In the games, we have nothing about Mrs. Afton. I'm like, why are the wives? And then you have guess what? Edwin's wife. Hey, where's Edwin's wife? Dead. It's like, what?
Jake's mom died.
Scott get
Jake's
divorced.
mom died.
Are you having marital problems, Scott? We're here for you. We're here for you to talk.
Scott, we're here for you.
Marry me, Scott, so I can get the lore.
Yeah, what?
No. I think it's not real name.
Raven,
Talks about
he's
this
a bit of a
lot.
freak.
I think Not Real Name has talked about that, like the complete erasure of mothers in the FNAF series.
I know,
It's
like,
like-
there's
It's fucking nuts.
the first time was Oswald's mom. I think Scott's healing slowly.
Digital
Yeah.
dog, please,
And
please,
even
no.
even then, in the Frights books, you have so many things about like dads who are like either deadbeat dads, they're trying their best. It's like even Oswald's dad and him, he's the one he has to save. He's the one who gets the most like lines.
Oswald's mom
His
is the exception.
Yeah, his mom. But even then, the mother, it's like barely. It's like you have to save the dad in pit money and stuff like that. It's like
Mm.
his mom is only so much. It's like, what is the deal with Scott? Scott, are you having? Look, I get it. I'm 21. I've never been on a date before, but I'm like, Scott, I'm here for you. We're here for you if you. want
What
to
did
talk.
this turn into?
Keep the conversation going.
We're talking about therapy right now.
I should
Overanalyzing
not have let you guys
mothers
babysit. All right.
Universe.
Let me switch this.
Oh, interesting. Someone's chat, Porcelain Chip said missing mothers equals the point. That's kind of interesting. Like, it's kind of the opposite of what we're saying. Like, you know, the point is that if we had better mothers, we wouldn't have William Afton.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. There is a lot of bad dads in this series.
Why do you
like
hide
all of them.
That's a
inside
reference
these
to her
walls?
line,
Well,
obviously.
here's another one. Why do you hide inside your walls? Like, why are you not
Because
reaching out? Why are you not
Freddy
letting me
is
help
Yeah,
you?
why does it
my
even?
husband?
Why does she even say that?
Because I think she's built and speaks as if she's supposed to be Mrs. Afton.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think
he's
she's
literally
literally
putting
her,
the
but
words of his.
yeah.
I mean, you can.
No, she's not her spirit, but I think she's built to speak like her.
Mhm.
I think even that's like the
Mimic
song
programming?
she sings.
Stop.
No. It's also a slight
Edwin
reference
Ballora?
to her song,
These are
or like the song she sings. It's also a slight reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is also
that makes
weird
this
too.
line.
This line's weird.
Well, this is the whole thing of if they are actually spirits in UCN and not just like copies of them by the one you should not have killed, then like how is there, you know, copies of certain spirits? Because the fun times, if we believe Molten MCI, have copies of the MCI victims in them. So then is it like, are there multiple Susies and multiple Charlies and multiple
Yikes.
whatever, you know, in everyone?
I mean,
Especially
they
with
did
Lefty.
get remnanted.
Oh,
They got
no.
remnanted.
Yeah,
They got soul split, maybe.
Strange circumstances.
I'm not listening
Oh,
to these.
no.
Fucking-
Yeah.
no, skip them.
Except
Go
for
to the
the
last one.
important.
Just
Yeah,
get to the important one, which should be like the last. I
there
guess.
we go. We've only just begun. I'll never let you leave. I'll never let you rest.
I mean, that's pretty.
Yeah, vengeful
Awesome.
spirit.
I'll never let you rest.
then
And that
you
is
hear, like, the
that
voice-
is
you hear the
notably
voice in the background.
yeah, that's notably different from the child's voice in Nightmare Fredbear.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
kid in there is different. So also this does sound like a female. I'm sorry, chat. I know
So-
the
It really
voice
does.
I know the
So ba-
voice
so
direction says
basically-
either, but it sounds like a girl.
So basically, Mike Hell is debunked. Thank you.
We've only just yeah.
Oh no.
Oh
No.
Let's be clear. I've seen
You
these
know what?
videos, these ones with all the lines. The majority of the video is literally Mr. Hippo's dialogue.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This
You know
is
what?
bound to happen.
Have you guys
We-
seen the
you would
Gibby's
know.
Yeah,
Gibby's
yeah.
take
He
on
thinks
this?
it's game
Gibby-
theory.
Yeah.
We would
Listen.
literally need a whole other stream just for Mr. Hippo's dialogue.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna skip Mr. Hippo because we got other shit to get to.
Yeah, I think so.
We
I
got-
think
we
you know,
got
like
other shit to
I
get
like
through.
the connection with like, was it fall or was it summer? No, it was definitely fall. That's like a FNAF 2 thing.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of
I
cool.
get you.
But
Any-
I'm not
any
going into
ideas
like
on
who's the kid with the bread. I'm like, no, I can't do it.
Any ideas on like maybe Mr. Hippo and Orville or William and Henry to some extent? I just thought of that right now.
Or
Because they're like
maybe it
purple and
doesn't
yellow.
mean anything at
Well,
all.
purple, orange, yeah. It's like they
Maybe it
even have like the
doesn't
matching
mean
flowers too.
anything
They're the only
at
ones. I'm
all.
like, any ideas on that?
consider
Maybe?
it a
I don't know.
dignified death. Not
And they're friends,
it was
yeah.
actually quite pathetic.
Tiger Rock.
Once again, more roasting
Never
William.
long enough.
If you sit by the river long enough,
You see the body of your enemy
that-
float by.
Is that a reference to
that's a lake though, right?
Yeah, it's a lake.
The river.
But is it
The body.
does I know we just skipped the Mr. Hippo stuff, but do they go to a river at one point? Or is that's in the park?
They
That's
do.
a pond.
They
I think
do
it's
go
a
to
park.
Oh, it's no, they do go to a river. The river.
Yeah,
We
they
were sitting by the
mentioned-
river, fishing the falls. So let's fish them over again. The jaws of a beast. Yeah, no, I don't see how
It's
that.
just- Maybe
No, I
like
don't-
the lake, like the lake OMC. Maybe
That's
I
what I
don't know,
thought,
don't know.
yeah.
It's just-
But it's like it's a
Also, we
river rather
can't
than a lake.
be-
See, I think sometimes you know I know we're overanalyzing,
Yeah.
but you know sometimes it's like his joke was like, oh, he's a pig who talks really smart. You know, like,
Yeah.
like that's why he's like saying something that's like a
On the
proverb.
note of Pig Patch, do we want to talk about the deleted line from this character?
What was
Because
it?
there is a deleted line that is extremely on the nose.
Let's wait till we're after. Let's wait till after the.
Okay,
Okay.
that works.
I haven't heard of this actually.
Even monkeys fall
Huh.
from trees.
That's a good one. No, because he's supposed to be an expert at this, William Afton. That's what the line's
Yeah.
supposed to mean. That's what that,
Right.
that yeah. Even monkeys fall from like yeah,
Or-
no matter how experienced you are at this, you're gonna you messed up.
Or is it Michael? Or is it Michael being so
No,
experienced? he's
Mike
gone
held
through
the
it?
bunks. Move on.
The nail that sticks out
Same
gets
thing.
hammered down.
Killing
The
that.
talented hawk hides his claws.
He doesn't have a when you should not have killed line, does he?
That's
No.
the
Yeah,
deleted line.
this feels
No, that's
William
the
centered.
deleted line.
All right, what is
Wait,
it?
Really?
Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. It might.
To me, that feels like William, like he's a killer, but he knows like he's very much like it's like
Mhm.
he knows not to like expose himself. He's very cunning and able to hide himself. Don't you
sec.
hate getting killed by scare secondary characters?
Oh no, that's Andrew experiments. That's Andrew experience evidence in my FNAF UCN. Oh no.
This is
I'm just like literally,
This is
he's,
like
he just sounds like Goofy. He's literally like Goofy to me.
This is like the
I love
one
that
Mike
there.
you should not have killed. That like Mike you should not have killed line that like is in any way compelling to me because it's like this is how it feels, the thing that I've been through, and now you get to experience
No,
it.
that theory
I think it's
fucking
more so about
sucks.
dying.
Hold on.
No, I know. I think
hold
it's more
on.
about like this is what dying feels like, this, and now you get to experience it.
Crashmaster, are you the one that is very against the idea of Michael?
Yes.
Because I know. Okay. I'm sorry in
I
advance.
know there are certain pieces of evidence.
No, look.
It's so clearly
TD,
William.
TD, pull up what I just linked.
Okay, I pull
Oh,
up.
no.
I'm sorry in advance.
Hey, all right, here it is.
Mustard.
Whatever damage you can do to me, I can guarantee you that. Look, there at this
let me see
point,
here.
it's like I have beef with so many of the FNAF theorists
All
at
right,
this
chat.
point.
You're not gonna like what you hear.
You're on the list.
Not you,
Crono.
not you, Cryo, not you. I felt bad for you.
Have you
I do
begun
too.
to realize where you are yet? And who I am? Or are you still so delirious and confused that you think you're a night guard? You'll understand. And even if you don't, it doesn't matter to me either way.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked
Okay,
up.
okay.
That you
so
think
he
you're
says,
a night
he
guard.
says night guard, but here's the thing.
Well, William was
William
one.
was also a night
Yeah.
guard.
He
was a night guard in
was,
FNAF
but-
2, and he was moved to the day shift. And here's the thing: they mentioned that specifically in FNAF 2 with Phone Guy. He says the first guy was on his first week, but he complained about conditions. I know
Have you
that's not
begun
proof to me.
realize
And it's
where
crap
you
to me.
are?
It's crap to me.
Yeah,
No,
I would
Yeah, no,
also.
this is not proof of anything.
Well, it's scrapped.
It's very
Good-
Ages
a
of
good
grief,
thing it's
Crash.
scrapped.
Yeah, I would say the fact that it's scrapped is almost evidence against it because he might have gone, oh,
Yeah.
that kind of sounds like I'm making it Mike, and then got
Yeah,
rid
no,
of it.
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
scrapped. But I think if we're overanalyzing, we should at least
Yeah,
talk
no.
about it.
Oh,
This
and
is
I'll
not
say-
I'd
I'll
actually
say
never
this,
heard that before. That's cool.
If Michael was ever even close to being right, you have the Fazbear Frights saying it's not. So it's not canon anymore.
Dude, Mike's
It
an
doesn't
idiot,
matter
but he doesn't
now.
deserve this.
Yeah,
I take offense to that. I take offense to that. I relate to Michael personally.
Yeah, he fucked up.
Mike
I don't know how to
Victor
tell you
shouldn't
this.
have killed.
Yeah,
You
I'll
might
tell
be
you
a
this,
little
Crash.
Well, screw you, Nero. I basically made one of your theories.
Oh, someone actually put an interesting comment. Secret of comfiness. He's talking to the player to make them figure out they're playing as William. Oh, you think you're a night guard? but you're actually William.
Oh.
That's good. That's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
Not
Good
denial.
clutch. Came in clutch.
Then he
No,
got
no,
rid
no,
of
no.
it,
Yeah,
so it's actually the opposite.
We
It's actually
have
the
our cope answer, guys.
Yep.
But I'm not
Okay,
gonna
yeah,
let
you're all smoking the, you're the one smoking the copium.
So yeah, this implies.
Hey, I'm
This
not cool, I'm
implies.
just calling it how it is.
So this line implies the vengeful spirit is already on William in FNAF 3. Because he got burnt twice.
Yeah.
So
He tried
after
to-
Follow Me, I'm guessing the Ghost Kid and Follow Me. I'm guessing that is the vengeful spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
'Cause-
tried to release you so that he is Henry. I'm not gonna let that happen. I will hold you here. I will keep you here, no matter how
Yeah, and then
many times.
Anti-Mike
they
Hell as
burn.
well. Because if it's they burn us, that's anti-Mike as well. Yeah, like or, yeah.
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 Also, just saying, more evidence for Mike being FNAF 3. It's not what we found. I will not take any questions.
Yeah.
And
No matter how it is.
actually, this is more evidence that this isn't hell, or like this is William still alive somewhere, kind of
Yeah.
like Man in Room 1280. Because how could they burn him again if he's in like hell?
I will hold you on the mortal plane or whatever. Yeah. And they're trying.
Yeah,
Remember, they're
I'll
trying
hold
to
you.
kill him in the Man Room 1280.
In Man in Room 1280. Yeah.
And it just doesn't
That's
work.
what I mean. It's like no matter how many times they burn us, we'll stay living. Is
Yeah.
that why
Did they ever try to
Springtrap
burn him?
survived? Whoa, wait. Is that why Springtrap survived the
Yeah.
FNAF 3 fire?
I think it's not even him like being clutch. I think it's just it keeps him alive. And
Yeah,
the spring
no.
locking too. The spring locking too.
Whoa.
I personally
get-
do like the theory of like it's the one where Stormister and partially Oof Troop, and we talked about it in 3 Suit, where it's like I personally think the idea of Scrap Trap using Golden Freddy's parts that really relates to just like Golden.
Yo, I
Freddy
found something
attaching
stupid
to
yesterday. I don't know if Unwilling even watched that far, but I found something.
I
ridiculous.
was there.
Oh yeah,
I don't
found
think I got there. I
found
started
something
speedrunning the Stitch Fingers.
ridiculous.
What was it?
Yeah.
Should I just go back and show him or?
Yeah, show him.
All right.
Let me see.
Yeah, no, because dude, I was in stream watching, like, waiting for you to let me in, and you just forgot to let me.
Well, I got so carried away. I was like, wait. Actually, hold on. Let me do my channel.
We're gonna see the stats. We're gonna see how much he's running pockets. Oh, no, it's not studio.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug. No, if I went to studio, you guys get your pockets ran for show.
Yeah, we running pockets on this stream. What's the story?
Yeah, we are. Pockets getting run.
Good. Thank God.
And not
Yeah, when you hijacked my stream.
Yeah, it's my voice.
For now.
Foxy Go-Go's version of the MCI
No.
does
Is
suggest.
this-
Here's
so
the,
ugly.
okay. I know what you're gonna. I see it right there.
Yeah.
I mentioned this at the end of 3 Suit. I mentioned how this also could potentially be like when we like. Okay, so
Yeah,
This
yeah.
does.
Nero in a lot of his videos says like issues. I did mention this.
Is
kind
that
of
what
issues
he
where
replaced it
This
with?
other one could be another suit that he uses to
Yeah.
repair himself to look like that because it's very
Mhm.
similar. I personally
Yeah.
don't believe it, but it's a possible.
It
other
is.
explanation.
This isn't the worst part
I thought
though.
it
It
was
gets
a
it gets
fire
worse.
truck.
It gets worse. Same way.
Yeah, it gets worse.
It
Just
gets
wait.
worse.
the other spring. Oh, it gets worse. And no one's ever mentioned it before. Yet again, we're the first ones that found it.
That happens
What,
a
like,
lot on
what,
these
You
streams.
mean
I'm not gonna lie.
the Bonnie head?
No, you'll see.
No, it gets worse. Just
It
wait,
gets
just
worse.
wait. It gets worse.
That is such a.
It gets worse.
I
It's
literally
undeniable proof.
I literally scream at the top of my lungs. So be
Yeah, no,
ready.
literally,
Be ready.
he
Change the
screams.
suits. So was he using this one? And then it got damaged, so he went back home, and he switched to. It just is a different suit. All right, let me skip a little bit. The iron eyes.
I want to hear the scream.
You're right.
Five Nights at
It's,
TDreader.
do we? Here comes.
It's also got 3 toes.
Oh my fucking god. Chat, listen to me. Listen.
Oh no.
Skull.
So, if this head is the same as the one we just saw, which is in the back room
No
with
way.
this, what if, like, this body
No.
or whatever, what if all this shit
No.
is that suit? It
And
gets
that's
worse.
how
It
the
gets
vengeful
worse.
spirit
It gets
gets out.
worse.
Yeah, it
Because
gets
it's that
worse.
kid.
No.
It's this kid and he replaces his suit with that, and the head we just saw.
Oh wait.
This head, which goes to this suit. It gets worse. Right here. This head, which goes to this suit, which has a kid in it. Afton repairs him. Ching. That head of Spring Bonnie. The suit doesn't have the left arm.
I'm just thinking, like, look at the skull. I don't know if you
Just wait.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
It could just be out of sight. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. But it could just be out of sight. The arm. Here it comes. Ah! It's there. No. That's a left arm. That's a left arm. Oh my fuck. That's cut off at the elbow.
And there's a left arm on the table.
Yeah, it's
The
There's
left
a left
arm
arm on
is
the table
on
as well.
counter.
yeah, it's the left hand.
He's tweaking. That's it.
No way. Oh man.
Because the thing
Chat,
is,
the
too,
left arm
you
is
look-
right there. It's on the
you
shelf.
Look at the endo on the
That's
table.
the suit.
It looks very skull-like.
Yeah.
Even like Scrap Trap. It's weird. It's so weird.
Yeah, so this is a left. Look
Why
where.
did it have a nose?
Look where it's
Why
cut
does
off.
the skull on the table have a
Yeah.
nose?
The arm is cut off right where the elbow would be, and if you go to Scrap Trap, his arm stops right where that arm would start.
Oh, you know what else? Which story is it where there's
right
like
there.
a kid stuffed in the Fredbear suit? You can see like the black hair poking out.
Oh, it was
The new kid, I think.
yeah.
So anyway, that's
Yeah, I was
and
just
you
gonna
would have a kid
say. I
with
was gonna
hair
say there's a
poking out of that
kid.
suit.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Is there's a kid in the suit with black hair.
Yeah, as well.
And so are we
I've
saying
always-
that's the vengeful spirit?
That could be the Vengeful Spirit.
Is that what we're-
That's
Yeah,
how.
but does that mean it was?
That would mean it'll be after FNAF 3, which wouldn't make sense with how many times they burn us. Because that'd be So if it's because he repairs him that it gets on him, because they only burn. Wait, no, that's gonna be Streamception. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on.
So, because I've always thought that was just Scott. Like, because I always thought if Scott wanted to show it was hair, he would have made it a different color.
Yeah, it's not even black. It's like a brown, like a dark brown.
Yeah.
It's the same color as the shadow inside the suit, which is my only thing that I was like, I don't know if it's hair. I think it's just like fur in the suit.
I hope you
But,
enjoyed the
that's
grand finale.
That's good though. I like that.
Now is
That's the
my
kind of
time to
like
shine.
overanalyzed bullshit I
Oh,
like.
Cryo, look who it is. It's our very favorite lefty from the DCI.
Wait, did you skip? It looked like you skipped a lot.
I did skip a lot. Do you want to watch the Rockstars?
Yeah, you want to listen to the Rockstars?
I think
hold on, wait,
I
there's
wanna hear
actually-
Rockstar
just a minute.
Bonnie singing.
We have some things to say about at least Bonnie, right?
Yes.
Because the scrap shit from AR.
No.
Yeah. Look, it's very weird how especially in this game, he's the only one who has a different voice, and he very much refers to William more personal, and he's a lot more violent. That is so weird. There's like, look, no matter what you say, I know it's scrapped, but the official information we put together, that just led us on a trail for so much weird stuff with Rockstar Bonnie. At this point, I'm like, Rockstar MCI in some capacity, I just like it.
See, the thing with the Rockstar like Bonnie being made from original Bonnie was the deleted lines from the developers, and I'm pretty sure a developer said don't take those as canon because that Scott didn't write those. That was just like a developer
Like,
wrote
here's the
those and
thing.
they didn't approve them.
I used the idea where scrap information, I won't use it because it's scrap for a reason.
Yeah.
But I use that as the basis for theory. It's like, why would this have
Sure.
been even mentioned
It's
in the
still a
first place?
thought you can go off of.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
yeah.
the
you can
ultimate,
see
like,
that and,
like the
you
books.
can do research.
Yeah, like some of the books, like the Ultimate Guide, the Encyclopedia, it's got errors, but I will use it to see if there's any validity there. It's the fact too where there's just so much in-game stuff in general. And here's the thing about this. Ultimate Custom Night. Night Marion, he's the cover character. He's the front character. FNAF 6, it's Rockstar Freddy, and they're even the front characters too, where it's like, why is there so much? To me, it's like,
That's weird.
it is a little weird where it's like, yeah, they're the main ones, they're the new main roster of the 4, but to me it's like, is there something there more where why are the rock stars?
Also,
the
I
front in
say,
general?
fuck Lefty. We just go Toy Chica straight up.
Like, screw Lefty, we don't care about you anymore. We solved you now. We solved you.
Also, so Crash with rock stars and stuff like that. My biggest issue with it now is the fact that only the casings would have been left behind for Henry, and that one that's in Funtime Foxy's hard mode level. You could find its endo in the like museum section in FNAF Security Breach, meaning that he did not use it to make any animatronics.
This is about to be so ass.
Well, if it's after the FNAF 6 fire, could it have just been?
Yeah, I mean, we've already said everything we know about Lefty, so.
Maybe these guys haven't.
I gotta run for just 2 seconds. I'll be back.
Oh god, are we seriously gonna have to watch all of these?
We sure are.
Yeah.
All right, so we're in America.
Man.
We are in
Yeah,
America.
welcome.
That's true. Welcome to FNAF Live.
Well, Hurricane, Utah is in America.
True.
Confirmed?
The lockers are in rows of 5.
Shut the fuck
Wait
up.
a minute. Okay, I just thought of something. What's the character? What's the number that Edwin built? Wasn't it the 17th character or something like that?
Well, he made the mimic, and it was difficult to put the pieces together.
Like,
But unfortunately, something went so wrong.
No, I'm just thinking, like, I swear it said, like, a bright yellow chick, and that was, like, the 17th character. The number all the way, like...
Well, she's in front of
I think
15.
Yeah, and she's next to 16. So, okay, so that doesn't really work. We were close. We were close to something.
I don't like that they're in sets of 5 and that there's 15 total.
yeah, that bothers me.
No, I swear to... So, Nero brought this idea up to me.
Foxy,
Is it
go,
possible...
go,
Is it possible Into the Pit it's just a whole nother set of victims?
Please no.
That's what
I
Nero
mean-
said. I personally don't like it. That's what Nero said.
I don't like
I
it.
just thought
but,
about
like,
it.
For what it's worth, those kids aren't stuffed into suits as far as we can tell.
And then she is in front of the last.
Aren't the lockers?
They're in rows of
Aren't
5.
the
you're
lockers
saying.
like out of order as well?
No, that's
Yeah, but
9.
aren't they out of order as well? It's like
8, 9, 10.
No, you have 10.
but I feel like later lockers or something. I think
You're
there's-
missing.
Well, look, we'll see.
you're
I
missing
remember
the-
seeing something
Freddy
about
was
this
so
recently.
amazing, and I met such a wonderful guy.
Okay, can we fast forward a little bit because this.
But I don't think it was meant
Oh yeah,
to
14
last.
is slanted.
No,
From
keep it on.
my
Keep it on.
14 is slanted.
That's weird.
Oh god.
It is. And none of the others are.
Yeah.
Weird.
Interesting.
heart belongs so, and I
Piss
just
off.
know
You
it.
see 17. You see it at the end.
It's still slanted, even in a different person. So that's deliberate. That's a deliberate choice. Because even in
Yeah.
a different drawing, it's still slanted.
Oh my god, this drawing in front of me is just like, oh, Lord,
And-
why am I
It's
watching
so
this?
fine.
my
Biology.
friends
I like.
don't
I
watch it.
like that the class is biology because it's William Afton.
Eat pizza. Also,
Yeah.
we're up to 22.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say that. Honestly, I'm hungry right now. Man, pizza sound pretty good.
Look at
I can fucking.
All right. Why is there a hook in the bag?
Why is there already a hook in the bag?
So
Hair poking out of the suit. that's
Because
the
remember
only thing I got.
there's a preliminary victim.
the first cutscene starts after the first murder, so she's already been doing it before this.
Yeah, there's a preliminary victim.
And aren't there like 5 cutscenes in total?
6.
Yeah,
She claims
she
6
gets 7. You end up with 7 at the end.
that top
Yeah.
Oh,
hat.
okay.
That amazing top hat.
I really hate this voice actress. She does a good job what she's supposed to do, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
that makes
you
it
are
bad.
very talented.
Here's the
Put
thing,
You,
in mind by
you
the
did
end
an
of the
amazing
day.
job. I
just
hate
know
you.
it.
All right, incoming first story. Lock in over analysis mode. Lock in.
Lock it, lock it, lock it.
3, 2, 1, go.
I told him that I needed help with my homework, but once he's there, I'll have him. And once I have him, he'll be mine forever. There is only one thing that could possibly go wrong.
Well, that was fucking lame.
Yeah, not gonna lie, like the homework one, I'm like, that's the only thing I can think of. Maybe that's how William lured a kid. I got no clue.
There is one thing about these that I'm gonna have to bring up when we get to later ones, because there is a specific thing that changes in these, and not a lot of people talk
My wife says it's not a child in the 1983 suit. It's some wire. You gave me money, but I have to disagree.
Look, at the end of the day, it's still a theory. Like, seriously, it's like, here's the thing. It's like, you know what this means, no matter what, how you slice it. If there's a body in that suit, that means we would have never been able to find out who's the actual first victim overall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that brings me
Yeah.
immense joy because that's funny as shit.
I
So-
thought you legit said like the comment was my wife told me there's not a chance on the suit.
No.
Actual person named my wife. My wife.
So this mini game, the important. So there's the recurring theme is that within the context of the minigame, Toy Chica is looking for something perfect. She is looking to achieve a particular result, and she keeps repeating, going out and getting new guys in hopes that one will be the right one. But something keeps failing, something keeps going wrong, and so she keeps. So is
I will
William
tell you
Afton
right
trying
now,
to?
There's something about that changes at the end. Where like it's like that for the first few, but once you get to a certain one, I think it's the last two, something changes, and we're gonna get to that.
But yeah, for the first few, she keeps saying like,
He'll be mine forever.
well, yeah, no, it's like what is it? Fuck, hold on. Like he'll be great. He was great, but he's not the one for me. That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
I
so-
don't think it'll work.
So I took this kid or whatever, and did my experiments, but the result I wanted to achieve didn't happen. So it
Yeah.
implies that he's trying to achieve something. There's something that he's trying to do with these murders. That is not
Seven FNAF
succeeding.
4
Only,
victims.
only thing I could think of is like, you know, he's trying to achieve immortality more or less, like getting
Yeah,
possession,
like,
remnant the fun times.
Possession with like intelligence, like intelligent possession, not like just because they said
Animals.
the others like animals. Yeah. Could be.
Oh wait, I just thought of something.
What's the one
we
thing
think-
that could go wrong?
So real quick, I just thought of something. Back to the idea where it's like why Charlie is possessed at all. Do we think the characters they possess have some influence? Because think about it, the others are like animals. They're literally all animals, but the puppet is a humanoid. Do we think that means anything, or is it just like more like coincidence?
I think it's coincidence.
I think it's
Yeah,
more
I'd
to
say
do with
I think it's the way
AI
they
of
think.
whatever they're
Yeah.
testing.
I think
Yeah, I
it's-
just find it like
yeah.
the others are like animals, like very specific.
because
but probably
It could
Baby,
also
Baby
be,
is more sentient as well because like she's got more intelligent AI, and in general the fun times seem more intelligent.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
just
think
like
the
the
security
toys-
puppet is more aware as well.
Chat, what
Well, I
do we
was gonna
think
say
the
that-
one thing that can go wrong is? I haven't been asking Chat much. Sorry, guys. Chat, what do you guys think the one thing that can go wrong is?
They fucking die.
he failed.
Yeah, I feel like it's
I don't know.
William, or it's like William like losing sight of something, or like going nuts.
The kid dies, so he needs to find.
He's
someone
already
else.
nuts.
Yeah, I suppose.
God, I
But
have-
But
is
it
it
could just
like
be getting
losing-
caught.
Yeah.
The Space
Oh,
Race, where's the Mason Bunny?
Oh yeah, what's it called?
Getting caught?
Charlie's protective nature could come from the fact that all of the kids that are possessing suits.
Getting caught
she's
would
the-
be quite
She is the
normal.
only one where like she possessed a suit because an animatronic was actively trying to help her.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
like the puppet
Well-
literally like went out into the rain that was killing it and tried
Dear
to
diary.
literally brought her into his arms.
14 is still.
That's
And
what
that
I mean.
goes
Is
to
like
the
it's,
FNAF
the
section.
puppet has like a
But such a
protective
wonderful
nature to it,
guy.
and so does Charlie. So
But
Yeah.
combining the two of them
it's meant to
makes her
last.
more sentient.
I wonder why he decided to do a different padlock design for 16 than the rest of them.
Oh,
I think that might be her locker.
Oh my god! I
Because you
swear,
need
are we
a
gonna have
locker.
like 50 million theories on the locker? The locker solved the FNAF.
They
world?
do, dude.
My
They do.
heart belongs
I would not
to
be surprised
another.
if that is her locker.
Cute.
yeah, it looks like her locker. She got like.
Oh no, there's a
no,
couple.
Wait,
no,
wait, wait,
There's
wait.
a
Go
couple.
back,
There's
a little
couple.
bit. Yep.
About him all day.
So pause.
Yeah, there's two
Here's
of
the
them
thing.
like that.
So I'm just thinking like Edwin. I think it was in the Tales book. It said the 17th character was a bright yellow chick.
It says let's
What
eat.
does it say? You see 17?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's eat. Does that mean? Because here's
Ooh.
the thing. It's like we know Henry made the classics, but did he a bright yellow chick? The brightest of yellow would be Toy Chica. That's one of those
And
things where I'm
I
like,
think-
okay, it's a retcon, or maybe he made the toys.
All
Hey,
right.
DJ, go back to the locker.
This one.
Like the two lockers. Yeah, there's 6 petals on the flower, and there's hand unit there.
Yeah, there is.
Oh yeah, and it says "Let's eat" on 17, which is Chica's catchphrase.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
17 might be Chica's.
Yeah.
Michael.
Michael!
Michael.
Is that? It's kind of like the
Into it
flower
too.
from FNAF 4, right?
He's the,
Yeah.
the only
Yeah.
one for
Flower.
me.
It's just a
How to
flower.
get
What am I
him
saying?
At that
All right. Lock in.
Top hat. Top hat's in the bag now.
Oh, that's exotic butters on 22.
Hold on, wait.
so-
Wait.
Exotic.
The locks on 18 to 20 are like the normal ones. Only 16 and 17.
Yeah, the only locks that are different are 16 and 17. That is true.
Yeah,
Why?
see the heavy duty ones.
I'm just thinking right now.
So are they still alive?
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking.
Because there are 10 lockers. So are there 10 dead kids? They're not in order.
Let's think of this idea. What if there are 3 actual MCIs more or less, like MCI, DCI, something that's 15, 16 is Charlie, 17 a forgotten kid. I'm just spitballing.
Well, I mean, you got Elizabeth and David. It's like, how do they fit in?
Well, yeah.
14 is deliberately slanted.
Let's keep going for now.
Weird.
We can't even see another 4 to like confirm.
And look at that untamed fur. That amazing silky sheen.
I'm not gonna finish
So
this.
why are you here?
The end of the day.
Why are you? Go back to the novels where you belong.
Yeah.
The twisted.
Do we want to try to figure out why he's here?
No.
Because for all intents and purposes, he shouldn't be.
I don't understand. It's like
know
Twisted
it.
Wolf or Roxy, but it's a male, so
Roxy.
I got no clue.
I believe this is
This
Susie.
is not the precursor to Roxy.
I believe this is the Susie story.
I told him that someone ran over his dog in front of my house.
Yeah, that's
But
Susie's
once
story.
he's there, I'll entice him with warm cookies, lure him inside. I mean, invite him inside. And then I'll have him.
So yeah. So basically, pretty much, you're
Do
sad
we think
because your
the
dog
deaths are
died.
in order here?
Yeah. Let's talk about the order for a second. Because if
that
the
would
deaths
mean
are in order, then Susie's the third.
So who fucking does homework? I don't fucking
The
know.
third.
The third
fucking
overall.
children. They're all kids.
Homework. Okay, homework. Yeah, they're kids. Homework.
They all
Homework
have
was the second one, right? Toy Freddy.
Yeah,
was
the
it?
first one was
Or
Foxy's
Freddy?
Yeah.
Spark, which would be
Regular Freddy.
Charlie, presumably, will be the first one. Even though the puppet shows up
Yeah.
later, I don't think that's.
But then, there's also the story about killing with the car, right? Isn't there something about
there's Midnight Motorist as well.
Well, that's
There is only one.
I heard the
Look at
fucking
those
Japanese.
ears. Those amazing ears. He'll be mine by the end of the day. I just know it. I told him that my house was on fire. But once he's there, I'll tell him that I threw myself on the flames to put them out. He'll be so impressed that he'll
Roasted
fall
chicken.
for me immediately. And once I have him, he'll be mine forever. There is only one thing that could possibly...
Huh. That one's tougher.
I just had a thought about the locker with
Yeah,
the 14.
Oh, Christ. What?
Oh.
So the reason why it's slant, so you have 5, 10, MCI, DCI, Elizabeth, Charlotte, and Bite victim. So that brings it to 13. 14 could be the Vengeful Spirit. And that's why she's blocking 15 because it stopped at 14. Yep, because he's tilted.
Why are we blue now? Why is it purple? What?
I don't know.
Wait,
what's
is that in the
purple
game?
I heard
That
it.
does happen.
It does.
It's definitely it changed color. Right?
It's
We're
the
not-
hue is
yeah,
different. The
it's
hue is more purple now.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
hue-
that
the
does
hue is
happen.
different.
That does happen in the
happens
game.
Again. It happens again. It keeps changing.
Yeah, no, and if you
Compared
notice
to
in the
two,
last one, she almost
those
slips up in the
like-
last one too.
eyes. Those amazing eyes. He'll be mine by
So he's getting impatient. He's trying to achieve something and he's getting impatient, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe it's happening, or maybe this is just earlier in the day.
the end of the day.
It's a distinctly purple hue though, that they overlaid it with.
I just know it. I told him that I've taken several live hostages at my house.
So yeah, that's a big jump, I would say in severe. So what I was thinking of is like, I was correlating this with they get increasingly more batshit, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What if that is to correlate with he is getting more and more aggressive and making the murders more painful every time? That was just an idea.
House. But once he's there, I'll tell him that I let them go because I love him.
That'll work.
He'll fall for me immediately. And once I have him, he'll be mine forever. Look at those strings. Those long, beautiful strings. He'll be mine by the end
So
of
this
the
is
day.
the
I just
So
told him to come
immediate
over.
immediate difference. No, immediate difference. For
what happened?
For every other kid until the
one?
last one. Toy Chica says he'll be mine by the end of the day, and then later on says he'll be mine forever. For the past two, Toy Chica has not said that. And for the last one, Toy Chica says nothing along the lines of he'll be mine.
I told him that that I let them go because I love him. He'll fall for me immediately. And once I have him, he'll be mine forever.
But the next one doesn't say that, right?
Yeah,
Beautiful
he'll be
story.
mine forever
No,
is not repeated anymore.
I told him to come over later. That should be enough. And if he doesn't show up, I'll just go to his house.
Dun 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 dun. But it's the yellow guy, by the
And
way.
if he doesn't open the door, I'll just find a window.
Dun 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 dun. The yellow guy, by the way.
Chimney's always an option. Or I could set the house on fire and wait for him to run out. Then he could run into my arms. There's
She doesn't.
She doesn't say that. She doesn't say he'll be mine forever.
only one.
It's this one and the
thing that
next
could
one. She
possibly
does not
go
say he'll be
wrong.
mine forever.
This is the
It's
weird
not
one
purple
with the
anymore.
house thing.
It's not purple anymore.
Oh boy.
Purple anymore.
The last one isn't purple, but the first. So for 2, there's a purple hue. There's a purple hue to this minigame for 2 of them.
It's Mangle, more Funside Foxy, Mangle, whatever.
Mangle and the puppet
maybe.
are.
Yeah.
Why?
See, I was wondering, instead of this being victim by victim, could we look at it more as a placement of events in the series rather than overall? Because I know, we've got if we took Susie, the dog thing, to represent the entire MCI, is that at all helpful? Because I don't know, the setting the fire to the house thing seems like is that FNAF 3 or something? But it gets confusing.
Yeah,
I just
it is
wonder,
odd.
instead of it being victim by victim.
I'm wondering why they specifically gave 2 a different color palette than the rest. That is very
Two
odd.
have a different color palette.
'Cause they don't-
specifically aren't hers forever.
Let me remember
The fact that that line is missing from the last 2 feels important.
Look at that snout. Looks aren't everything. He'll be mine.
Wow.
So
Casually just had to insult.
he's getting
man,
so.
Pig Patch.
I'm laying this out in terms of just I'm trying to compare it to the actual William Afton and the kids. He's getting desperate at this point. Sorry, Pig Patch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
By the end of the day, I just know it. I'll just wait for him after school, throw a bag over his head, hit him with a shovel, and drag him into the back of my car. Then, when he wakes up, I'll tell him that someone was trying to kidnap and kill him. I don't know, Balloon Boy maybe. And then I'll tell him that I rescued him. He'll fall for me immediately. There is
she didn't even say I'll have him that time.
Yeah, I don't think she did.
She didn't say I'll have him or forever.
only one thing that could
That's
possibly
important.
go wrong.
This minigame repeats itself over and over again.
Here we go.
That
Dear
is very
Diary.
important.
Things didn't work out as I
underneath the
hoped,
FNAF
and once
secretary.
again I'm left with nothing but a broken heart.
Left with nothing but a broken heart.
Shatter victim.
No will care, please.
Will care.
Why is everyone so anti-will care in the community nowadays?
It makes no sense. He loves. He
Okay.
does not care.
Okay, here's so I'm just gonna say this real quick. Personally,
Tomorrow's
I don't
another
think
day.
William I think will care could be the case, but I don't think he cares. He loves his kids, all that stuff, like Henry and Charlie. I don't think it's like that. I think it's more or less he's he cares where it's oh, it's he's morally gray where it's oh, I know dying is bad, so I don't want my kids to die. He's logical like that. I don't think it's will care where he literally hugs
It's
and
another
cares about
day.
them. I think he's just standoffish parent.
Tomorrow is another day. So is it Will Plush, bro?
I just know that there's a guy out there that's right for me.
And so he's still trying. He's trying to like find something perfect, but keeps failing.
If we took the car thing as like a representation of Charlie's death, because she's the only one that's related to a car, then this would say Charlie last.
That'd be insane.
That's what I think. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, could it be anything else, or is it backwards? What if we look at them backwards?
No, if you look at them backwards.
Okay, let's think of it like this. I feel like 2 of them with the hue change, it felt like they were specifically earlier in the day.
Why?
So what if those are the first 2?
Yeah, that is more of this is more dusk or dawn.
Yeah.
So
but that would also
let's
mean
do
that
these
Foxy's
again.
early in the day.
Let's do these again.
Look at those eyes. Those amazing eyes. He'll be mine by the end of the day. I just know it. I told him that I've taken several live hostages at my house. But once he's there, I'll tell him that I let them go.
See, that still doesn't help. I have no idea what the story's supposed to mean.
That's what it's
okay,
like.
I'm sorry. We have to say these stories don't mean shit. Let's
except for the one about Susie for some reason.
No,
the
I
Susie
feel like that's
Bell
the
one is the
mislead.
one.
Like I feel like that's the mislead because that's not even like exactly how it happened. Like, didn't that dog just get hit by a car or something?
Yeah,
Like,
Husky, we
I
saw
remember-
Mango's
I
eyes and
remember-
Lefty's eyes earlier.
It's the
Yeah.
thing where I remember in the novels where Susie specifically says,
Wait,
I
go back to the
remember
locker.
he said
Whoa.
my dad said he was hit by a car, but Bonnie said that wasn't the case.
Henry,
but
why am I
Bonnie
going?
and-
Why am I
and-
going to the lockers? Educate me. Henry,
I
wants
think
me
it
to
was
go
on
to
the. He said on the last one the numbers were blurred.
Wait, really?
What the Sigma? Let us observe.
On the last one, so like
Yeah, the last one at the end, not this one.
Sigma,
Oh.
more like beta.
Well, they don't show me. They didn't even show the lockers on the last one.
Yeah.
Lumfow.
Or the other one. One of
That's
the.
how blurred they are.
One
Yeah,
of them.
check the latest time they show up.
Yeah, it was the latest time they showed up.
Okay.
Yeah, numbers on the locker get blurred later on, is what they said. Yeah.
Oh, in the daytime, perhaps, mayhaps.
It's also interesting how they're skipping a lot of the start stuff now.
Well, hang on. Well, no, that
Well, that's
just
might be
ozone.
ozone editing.
Oh, okay.
He's a huge.
yeah,
dweeb.
just skip right there. Just skip right there.
Well, it doesn't even show it. It cuts right at the.
Well, no,
fade.
no. Just hold on. Wait.
Oh,
Yeah, you
You
can
know,
see.
they're not blurred.
I don't see
They're
it
not
blurred.
blurred.
Yeah, they're not blurred.
Wait,
Oh, no, we
check the
saw-
very start of the next 2 and see if they're
We've
blurry
known
at all.
14 was slanted, you goob. No.
Yeah, no, they're not blurred.
Me
We
spread
know
out
about 14
observation.
being slanted. We talked about that at the jump.
It's fucking weird. All right.
Yeah, and I had an interesting interpretation.
This is where we break new ground. It is time for Bear of Vengeance.
God, dude, I don't
let's
want to
get-
watch that.
No, it's
You guys
time.
want to hear about the vengeful spirit story, guys?
Oh god.
Look, at least this one is watchable to where we could watch this if we wanted to.
Oh, I see you.
Mom, I wanna go home.
Also, here's the thing: is it where is it true? I've heard this where the actual dialogue doesn't
Does not
match
match
the
the
subtitles.
subtitles.
Yeah,
It
but the
doesn't
actual
match.
dialogue is nonsense. So
Yeah,
the subtitles are what matter.
What does the text in the beginning say? I actually don't know that.
I think it's Bear of Vengeance.
Yeah.
私のために来る。ひどい匂いも
What the fuck is
私が最後に
this
過ごした
storyhead
時
of justice?
私はそこに沈んだ。
Let's see.
私がそこにいる間
He has continued to escape my grasp.
I find it interesting where maybe this could be related to UCN as a whole, where it's like, oh, some of us think it
Oh,
might be
God.
Michael,
All right,
and
guys.
it's Foxy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just noticed something.
What?
This is the tree.
And in the Toy Chica one, they are both leaning on a
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah, they're both, and it's the same. The Toy Chica one especially.
Like, I'm thinking FNAF 6 Gravestones.
Well, of course, but why are they both?
Yeah.
Why are they? What is the tree supposed to mean? Because
Well,
they're both.
the tree.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Life.
the one name we have, like, so we have the 4 names of the MCI kids. Then we have the one covered by the grass, and then we have the one up on the hill, which we've all assumed was Charlie. But these are closer to the tree than the graves were, so maybe it's the other way around.
Or what if that one by the tree is the vengeful spirit?
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Yeah, like Charlie might be down by the MCI, and
Might
the
be
other one is
grass.
up by the tree.
Mhm.
Yeah, Charlie
Could
might
see-
be grass.
You know, and instead of saying Charlotte, could say Cassandra or some shit. You know, because it is long if you look at the
Cassandra.
text.
ビジョンを持っていたと思う。彼らは
Transgressions of the past cannot be forgiven. I will have my revenge. So Cryo's theory is that this is meant to be Cassidy in the context of the minigames. This is not Henry.
Yeah.
This is this
Yeah,
bear is Cassidy.
because
I mean,
Bear of
yeah,
Vengeance.
I mean, it is on the nose, pretty much.
Yeah. Bear of Vengeance.
Well, see, then you've got like Bear of Vengeance, and you've got a bear, the fox, and Mangle, and there's the girls' room in FNAF 4 has the Mangle toy. So you've got like this kind of bite victim Michael Elizabeth thing going on as well, which, I mean, again, I wonder is there like a sense of misdirection and like trying to throw us, you know, different possibilities, you know, as to who each character could be, because like you could say, oh, this is you know, Henry and William, but then who's Mangle? But oh, it could be, you know, Michael and Bite Victim, and Mangle's Elizabeth, but then why is Bite Victim around? Because shouldn't he be gone from Happiest Day? You know,
yeah,
there's sort of multiple interpretations with fucking everything, as it always is. But then why are we getting William's backstory?
My lore brain is activating. Why is Consequence and Follows Me right next to each other?
My last exerted a heavy toll.
Like, Follow Me, what if that's the vengeful spirit chasing down? Old man Consequences, the vengeful spirit is the little bear. I don't know. I just thought of that. Consequences and Follow Me.
No.
Like, nah, coincidence. Not case. Right?
That's interesting as well that both the
Again.
Chica and this one start with there being like previous things before this. Like they both have like a previous
it's
attempt.
not new.
They're about like repeating things over and over again. And they both end like non-conclusively.
No one ever attacks on their birthday. Here's
See,
it's a
Bite
weird
Victim.
thing. Like the guy who I mentioned before twice. He has a theory where maybe the MCI was on Cassidy's birthday.
That's what I think too.
Yeah,
Okay,
as
that's
it
like
is my
Cassidy was
birthday.
secret.
そしてついに解決できないと思う。
For his birthday, he will attack. How predictable. Fire. It's a hashtag up there. That's weird.
うべきかと思った。
He set some kind of trap. I don't know what it was.
Oh, we're like
A
now we're
string
looking
trap?
into all the dialogue.
He set some kind of trap. I don't know what it was.
And Follow Me. Oh my god.
So, but if that is Cassidy, it would make sense for them to be referencing "Follow Me" a couple times.
But then, yeah. So then, yeah, this would be William saying that his trap is set for. Oh man, why would William be Foxy?
The last time the last time he fucked with the fox, he got something that started
It went
following
wrong.
him everywhere. He messed with the fox, and then as punishment,
Yeah, there are consequences. And
yeah, but the
are
consequences. So if this is Cassidy,
食べる様子を
there's something following them everywhere.
Bite Victim.
Frog victim.
Happy Frog solves the lore.
This shit is hilarious.
Oh God.
I'm just thinking like if William would be Foxy, it's the thing where I'm like, Michael, they didn't recognize me at first, but then they thought I was you. And
think
Foxy's
they're
overall
then
just like a
Bite
fan
Victim?
favorite in real. Like Foxy's overall a fan favorite in and out of universe because you have Phone Guy liking Foxy, Smiling Purple Guy toward Foxy, Michael, Foxy Bro. It's like Foxy's just liked by everyone.
I also don't think that the characters that these are being represented by matter because we're going
What if
off
the
the
bear
assumption
represents
that Toy Chica represents William and the other one.
Yeah, and it's like Bear of Vengeance, not Golden. It's not Golden Freddy / Fredbear. It's regular Freddy.
Yeah. So it's like, how much do we have to care about those
Can I
specifically?
calm down? I really need to go to the bathroom.
I hope he's been feeding his new friend.
私は
Well, maybe
自
Bite
分の時間
Victim.
と生かするために
If he wishes to suffer, maybe there is a better way. This line is repeated at the end of all of them.
Yeah, I believe so.
All the other
There's
lines
something
change at
close to
some point, but if he wishes to suffer, there's a better way, is at the end of all of them. That is so strange.
That is strange.
I'm at the top of my head. I'm thinking like Molten MCI more or less. Like maybe there is a better way for all of this. He gets the idea, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think Bear Vengeance is about CC and Michael. I think the fox has to be William in this, even though that's weird.
I will fight the Mike Hell like believers.
できることのほんの一部だ。私は何をしあの忌々しいこのと笑い顔
Alright, here we go.
だ。いくつかの石を投げる
Last night Stack Tanaka was planned. I was captured, but set free on one condition.
それは正確に戻ってきた。次の日の朝、
Man, maybe this
私
means
はとて
nothing.
も早く来
Impossible.
So I just thought of something where I'm like
7 days.
so I'm like I was captured. I'm like the only one in Follow Me that's not taken apart is Golden Freddy from what we see, and I'm like William knows fight victims in there. Maybe that's why he didn't do it. I don't know. I'm really just spitballing.
Oh no, he's cooking eggs for the fox.
2 eggs.
Eggs Benedict.
No.
5 items in the pan.
There are
1,
5
2,
items,
3,
yeah.
4, 5.
There is 5.
Yeah,
But
two
two of
eggs,
them are
3
are
bacon.
also but there's like what do why
See
do
how
two
many-
笑い
eggs?
交わせみのよ
I'll be right back.
How many details are like Scott telling the artist to do it, and how much is just like the artist? It's like just saying like make breakfast. You know, like you know.
つもりなら私は少なくとも私の隠れ家の名前を持たなければならない
What is my breakfast?
私は
That is
This-
my bacon. You don't even eat them. You just wait. What?
Build little
You just build
forts like in the
Build little
movie.
forts,
Like
yeah.
in the movie.
I-
Like in the
Stop.
movie?
Too much.
Building
Too,
fort.
too much.
See, something that
30
okay,
days.
because we can take it extremely metaphorically or more literally. All of the things that he has him do are chores, and it would make sense for like because I'm not saying that this is
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah. 2
about
brothers or a father and
the-
son
the-
or something like that.
you know
yeah.
2 brothers. You know, like oh you know I tried to get him and he made me do his laundry. You know, because I
I
think
just
later
saw-
on there's a laundry one, right?
I saw one of the lines where he said 30 days. I don't know if that means like FNAF 3. It's 30 years later. I don't know if that's
30
actually
years.
relevant though. Could just be 30.
Yeah, they had a. I have seen a theory that it's just telling the story about CC and Michael, but why would you do that now?
And it's a different relationship between CC and Michael because the CC was never like trying to beat Michael. He was
Yeah.
always like, you know,
Getting
we don't see
abused.
him trying to get vengeance. Yeah, he was just being abused exactly. Which is why I would go like, oh, maybe he's the vengeful. You know, he's trying to get vengeance now, but it's not. It's not the.
先祖にあった彼らは生き
Yeah,
て
see,
い
this
た
is like
時代が
Christmas. It's
どん
like
ど
what
ん
the
優れ
fuck is that gonna do anything?
Yeah.
ていたのかそして最近は子供たちが
Now he's Santa.
権威を
Gifts
尊
to
重し
children.
ビデオ
What
ゲ
the
ームに
hell?
明け
The
暮れ
puppet.
Freddy Frostbeard can
Good.
私はその人生とか私はそれを持っていたのかそれはここから自らなれない
So I have remembered one of the main reasons people think that the fox is supposed to be William is because in one of these mini games he says I'm going out for a while.
Huh.
The fox does. So it's interesting.
Okay.
It's- which
Well,
sister,
what's
sister,
that?
sister
Am I
location.
dumb?
Sister
What?
location. Where he's not at the
Yeah,
bathroom.
like,
He
I'm
fucks
going
off.
out. Michael,
Yeah.
do my dirty work, I guess.
多くの道場のジュースを持っていたと言ったそして窓の下で
So what I think matters in these is the very, very metaphorical overall structure of them. So I think so with this, it is somebody keeps trying to capture Afton. He keeps evading it, and every time he tries to get them, there's consequences. So.
And it's kind of the same with Toy Chicas. What if? Okay, so because we're reading into them as like, what is this telling us about the last 5 games?
I think it's meant to be looked at in a
Could it-
very, very broad spectrum, like the story structure of the episodes.
could it be more so about like the just this game and this sort of repeating cycle? Because the whole game is like, I will, we're only just beginning. I will never let you rest. I'll never let you leave. This is how it feels. Now you'll see it over and over again. And each of the Toy Chica and this are both about like a repeating cycle that has no beginning and no end, because both of them start before this and end like kind of in a non-conclusive way. It'll keep going.
The heavy.
I just noticed something.
Yeah.
I'm back.
So, here's something I just noticed. How his teeth. There are 3 golden teeth, and the teeth are attached to him.
Die.
Golden
Die. Die.
Look, I just noticed it. You freeze frame. I'm like, oh my god.
The teeth are attached to him. Stop. See. Cease.
Evidence.
His bandage is on the wrong eye. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's just they flipped it. I think they did the art wrong in that one frame. So they flipped it. It's in the right.
Untrustworthy FNAF information. I doubt that.
He's also got like a bear skull on his belt buckle.
I noticed that. I noticed that too.
How many abs does he have? He's got a 6-pack.
Let's count his abs. Learn the lore.
No, that's definitely an 8-pack. By the way,
is one dead kid.
Look, all I'm saying is Mangle has no gold teeth attached to him. You know who does? Foxy. Why are we looking at The Office?
Why not?
We
need to appreciate the game design by the amazing Scott Cawthon.
All right, so we have.
Hey,
it's definitely here's the thing. I see a lot of people say like FNAF 1. This feels very FNAF 3 centered. You have the box, you have the same table, and you also have the Freddy that's like usually on the
FNAF 3 has its own skin.
I think this is everything.
This is everything.
Yeah, I'm saying like I feel like I just
because Ennard mask is up there. As well.
It's
we got our favorite gas valves.
We have the cupcake.
This is like one to Ultimate Custom, I think. Egg Baby is built by Afton Robotics, by the way.
Confirmed. Now this one, why would the security puppet be in everything else in here is sister location. Everything else.
I mean, so he has similar. It has similar eyes. To
the fun time.
I was gonna say why does Funtime Freddy have possessed eyes? By the way,
here's the thing.
Don't worry about it.
I've heard some people call this Black Time Freddy.
What?
Because it's not actually Funtime Freddy's face. It's dark. It's like gray and black. Here's the thing. And what's weird? This is the one from the fourth closet cover.
The fourth closet. I was gonna say.
Which is so weird. I'm like, does this mean anything? I don't.
Hey, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. The puppet has a Funtime face split, and it's in this sister location.
Yes,
I do see that.
So this is the thing with the security puppet. I think it's obviously a different animatronic to the one that Charlie possesses. I think it's just showing that Afton built another Afton Robotics built another security puppet after the first one. Yeah, because it's not the same was Henry's, and then they built another one.
Yeah, and that's a theme. That's a theme for like Afton's character overall. Like he constantly is jealous and riff on Henry's work. He always has to like take Henry's work and like kind of
in the same way that there's like a Funtime Freddy. It's like he didn't necessarily invent Freddy, but he created his own version of it.
Does it have face plates in FNAF 6, or is that a retcon?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay. Egg Baby Data Archive in the sister location area. Which has
that's where you
blueprints
get the blueprints.
Yeah, it has.
But also Lefty is on there. God help me.
Yeah.
I mean, look, by the time of FNAF 6, I feel like it's possible it's just like Henry just stores stuff in there himself now.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not.
I think this is to show us like where certain parts came from.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
I think
though.
It's showing us. Yeah.
Why the fuck was the security puppet in the SL bunker?
That's what I was wondering.
I think it's just Afton just had one.
Wait a minute, guys. The spring locks.
I was gonna say that, but the
I've heard that.
Look, Nero, I don't know if you want to do something about this now, but I'm just saying the mask
split.
There's not enough splits there. It's only one in the middle.
Yeah.
Exactly, there's only one in the middle.
I mean, it's sort of a similar enough face shape, but it's not enough splits.
It's not right eye shape or mouth size either. It has to be a bigger mouth with more like ovalish egg-like eyes.
The box of toys.
Oh yeah, so here's FNAF. This is very FNAF 3.
And FNAF 3 teaser.
Are these all the happiest day minigame arcades?
There's only 3.
You know, in the back room, there's 3.
Yeah.
In FNAF 1, and there's 3 here.
The toys
there is 3 in the back.
There's also the rare screens of William on the wall.
Yeah, I see. That's so funny.
I see him pulling himself. Yeah, you got all 3 of them.
That's just mocking on another level.
Yeah.
All right.
And the band.
And I also say there's something weird about all of these because they all have those same pipes coming in from above.
Prepare
which
for
is
the
strange,
horrors.
no matter which one.
No, what's it called? Those pipes are there for gameplay reasons because that's where the
it's like
that's where the mediocre melodies come down from.
Yeah.
Oh, they come down from there. Yeah.
But this vent is there for gas reasons.
Wait, purple fan, purple robot. Oh my god.
Purple guy phone guy. He got rid of the purple phone, which is interesting.
You guys want to be triggered right now?
Yes.
Why is there only one white star on the wall out of all the black stars?
How many stars are there?
I think it's just a reflection of the light.
There's 9 total.
Impossible.
One of them's white. Wait, what?
There's
Oh,
13.